guys, hopefully we are live for round 3 of the Pro Chess League today. So I am by myself for the first time in the commentary for this tournament. So hopefully some of you will join the chat and ask me some questions so I can answer them. However, I'm not going to be by myself for the whole show. I will be joined by some guests later today, and I'll let you know who they are shortly. So today, the London Lions are going to be playing against the Stockholm Snowballs, I believe. And we had a bit of a nightmare week last week. So we had a derby against the other London team and we got annihilated. So hopefully we can kind of make back some dignity, so to speak, this week. Although we're up against a really strong team. So I'm hoping we can do some business. So this week, I'm going to go straight to the games. The problem is we've got George Meyer playing on board 1 of the opposition. And no, he's not Swedish, but he is currently the boyfriend of Ina Agrest, who is on board 4 and is one of Sweden's strongest female players. So he's going to be a tough one. As you can see, 26-54. And he has been playing for the German national team for several years. You know, I've seen him destroy Kramnik in a game. So he is an insanely good player. And so we've got him currently playing James Adair on top board. And on board 2, this is the game. So Zuger Zuando, I think, is Andre Diamant. Again, Brazilian player, but the reason why he's been roped into the Stockholm Snowballs, I believe, is because he is the former teammate of both George Meyer and Ina Agrest, as they all went to Webster University together in St. Louis, Missouri. So that is Andre playing white versus Daniel Fernandez, who's playing black. So that's what's going on there. I'm going to go check to see who else is playing. We've got Ina as white on this board playing against Ravi Haria on our board 4. So I want to go see if Yang Fan's playing, because the problem is one of our players, Yang Fan, I think he should be playing, has told me, yes, he's actually at the board. I was having a bit of a panic because this is Yang Fan Zhu, who is who was playing in the first week. We were trolling him like crazy because he dropped his queen against Oladapo Adu rather quickly, and then sort of came onto the Facebook chat group and went, oops, sorry guys. So we I was a bit concerned because this evening he was like, yeah, I'm going to be playing basketball. And I'm like, okay, so what about the chess? He's like, that's fine, I can just play on my phone at basketball. I'm like, you are kidding, right? But he's like, no, that's fine, I can multitask. And so he's playing currently at basketball, apparently. So I'm kind of hoping that he does okay, but it seems to be that he's at the board. It's looking good. And we have a Caracan fantasy variation that he is playing against Daddy Agrest, as I'm going to call him, because he's Ina's dad, I believe. And his fantasy variations kind of turned a little bit boring for most fantasy variations. Usually, like, they kind of go a bit crazy and, you know, it's opposite side castling, pieces flying forward, but this looks kind of, okay, I say that, but now suddenly black's shoving a pawn at the board. I mean, this should be reasonably pleasant for white, this position, with the bishop versus the knight, but maybe it's going to be a bit, maybe it's going to be a bit crazy. I mean, can Yang Fan handle the pawn advances coming through at him? Maybe the fact that he's going to go b4 soon and just tear apart white's king. How is Yang Fan feeling about this? Bear in mind, Yang Fan is playing this on his phone. Maybe he can't even see the pieces coming at him. This is what's a bit concerning. I mean, he's gone queen d3 now, attacking b5. But, okay, so what if black just plays b4? Are we scared? Are we scared that black's just going to tear apart white's king? Or is white just going to calmly ignore it all? The fact that what worries me is that I mean, he's gone queen d6 now. I guess he's scared about, like, you know, after b4, pawn lands at b4, then maybe bishop d6 comes into the game and forks kind of, you know, the pieces. I was just about to say, the scary thing is that white's got no attack against black's king right now, and that's what is making me nervous. Black's just got free reign to attack white, and white doesn't have anything. But, okay, Yang Fan's like, okay, fine, I'm just going to shove this pawn at the board, and hopefully that might scare him a bit. So, okay, I am going to take a look at the others. Hopefully, well, everyone's at the board, which is a good start. So how are we feeling about this match? I mean, okay, so last week we had the most embarrassing experience. Everyone kind of just got, like, it was weird. I mean, I didn't even feel like trolling because I thought it was going to be the closest match. Again, we were playing another London team, and I was like, okay, we're going to kill them. There's all this trash talking for weeks in advance, and we got hammered. Like, I mean, hammered. It was 12 and a half, 3 and a half, I think. I think we lost more badly than we beat the Abuja Rockstars last week, so the week before. So that was just so painful. And I mean, it shouldn't have been that result. It was just, I think our team just had a rough day, and the other guys just played so well. I mean, so what could we do? So this week, you know, everyone was saying to me, why don't you field like Nigel and Luke, and then, like, you know, have a monster team, and then, you know, then you could face against Maya and the other guys, and you'll stand a really good chance. But at the end of the day, you know, these guys have been really loyal every week. So we've got no new players this week. So board one, James Adair has played every single match so far, every week for us. And he got 4 out of 4 the first week. Couldn't have done any better. And again, he was the only one that won last week. So to be fair, he's done as well as he can do for us, and I'm pretty pleased with that. Although, saying that, he does like to absolutely make us win ourselves in when he's in time pressure. As you can see in this game, he is already 5 minutes down against George Meyer. But what is going on? I mean, do we like this position? This is kind of interesting. Was this a French? This came from a French, and, you know, black has the 2 bishops, but his king is maybe a little dubious, although, you know, these positions with the bishop on g7 is usually quite strong. But Maya is an insanely good player. So if we get any sort of result from this, I mean, pretty much every single person who's predicted the results of this game has gone, yep, Maya 4 out of 4, no problem. Not even any much of a challenge. But these guys, we don't have a single GM in our team, but we have like 4 really strong youth players. So I'm hoping that someone can do the business, someone can get some good results, and we're going to have a decent, you know, shot at, not victory per se, but at least a good challenge at the in some of the games. So at the moment, I'm not thinking this is that bad for white at all. But having a 5-minute deficit in a 15-minute game against someone who is one of the top players in the world, you know, not feeling so great about it, but it is James. He seems to do this every week. So if he's doing this all the time and suddenly picks up results, I have confidence in him. And this is the thing. I'm going into this match fully confident in my team, because we've got serious willpower, you know, great support between everyone. Everyone's winning each other good luck before the game. So I've got good positive vibes. So let's take a look at Dan. Dan is playing black here. I'm not sure what's going on with his pawn structure. What is this? This is a Najdorf? But what is going on here? Okay, so this was a Najdorf, and Dan's playing black against Andre. And okay, Andre, I don't really see him playing much chess anymore. He used to go to Webster University where, like, okay, he was playing chess a lot, and then since, I think he's moved back to Brazil now, and so I haven't really seen him playing much chess. In fact, the only thing I've seen him doing recently is teaching his kid MMA, which is kind of scary. Like, he is literally posting videos of him and his kid, like, fighting. And I don't mean play fighting, I mean full-on martial arts. And this kid is, what, 6 or 7 years old? I mean, I used to babysit this kid. Well, I didn't used to babysit him regularly, but I did a couple of babysitting sessions for this kid. And, you know, he was playing computer games with me. That's what he was doing. I'm so glad he didn't teach him MMA when I was doing the babysitting, because he probably would have beaten me up. And, you know, that's kind of scary. I can't hit a kid back. So, okay, I'm gonna ignore that. But the fact is, I haven't really seen Andre playing much chess recently. And, you know, what is he doing up there in Brazil? But he's still obviously a GM, and still, you know, Dan is not quite a GM, but, you know, the ratings are pretty similar, which is why everyone's like, okay, so we've got 3 major beasts in this match, and then we've got 1 weak player. And again, the weak player they're talking about is Ina Agrest, and her ratings 22 something, so she's not like that weak, although compared to our team, hopefully we can get results against her. But this girl has played a lot of international chess. Like, if we go to her game, let's see if she's doing against Ravi. She's played an insane amount of international chess. I've seen her beat GMs, and she has had them like a ton of years of experience. She comes from a chess playing family. I swear, like, every single person in her family plays chess, like, internationally at a ridiculous level. I mean, so chess is like in her family, and she's got a great load of experience. So she's not something someone to write off. And okay, what's going on in this position? Okay, so the first week Ravi played, he unfortunately had a bit of a tough time. First game, he got his rook trapped, and then he had another kind of horrible game in the, I think, 3rd round. So he ended up having 1.5 out of 4. Against players he probably should have got a plus score against. So he wasn't feeling too confident. But then that was straight off the back of an insane Hastings International, where he like destroyed every GM that he faced. So it was obviously just an off week for him. And then in between that week and this week, he went to the 4NCL and got 2 out of 2. So he's on 4 out of 4 in Division 1 of our British Chess League right now. So I was like, right, I'm going to put him back in there, and he's going to have a good time. So I'm hoping he can get a good result here, because he probably is a little bit nervous going into this game, because it's the one that he like must win. But what are we thinking of his position? I kind of like it. Now, the material's equal, but I am not fancying her king right now. Ravi's just played the move bishop d4, and, you know, this bishop is in a great position. He's ready to like control the c file, shove a rook on it, you know, shove his queen out to b6, and suddenly, you know, Ian's going to feel some pressure against her king. Maybe that black knight's going to come into d5 and hop over to the queen side as well. And suddenly, something might go wrong for white. So I'm hoping that Ravi can do something with this game. The question is whether his nerves will kind of get the better of him, and, you know, he's already a minute down on time. And, you know, obviously, if Ina starts throwing her pieces at his king, who's going to have the better chance of attack? I'm liking Ravi in this position, and I'm going to say, you know, also she's got that weak D pawn. Hopefully that can, even if the pieces trade off, hopefully that can be a weakness in the ending. So I'm going to say my bets are on Ravi for this game, and I'm liking that position. I'm going to go to Dan's game, so it looks like some stuff is going on here. Now, a minute ago, everything was fine. Well, I said everything was fine. Wasn't really fancying Dan's king position. But what is that knight doing on d7? This looks like a serious issue already. Now, that knight on d7 is not just attacking the queen, but it's hitting the bishop on f6. And even if just a knight takes f6 comes in and gf6, that king's feeling really ropey. Although, yeah, I don't know what's going on. And even if the knights just come from c5, but, like, you know, even if he goes back there, then e6 is under pressure. I'm not sure what Dan's doing. I guess he's thinking, like, oh, okay, he's thinking where to put his queen, but, you know, is he thinking about taking that b pawn? Is he thinking, well, my position's bad, but, like, maybe can I get rid of, or get away with it? I'm thinking no, considering after queen takes b2, the rook a b1, and then the rook's coming to b7, and you don't want another piece into the attack. It's feeling a little bit scary. So maybe he's thinking just queen d4 and trying to, like, you know, liquidate, and hopefully, you know, the queens come off. But after queen d4, then, you know, queen takes c6 is going to be a big issue too. So what is Dan going to play here? Now, he's probably one of the most resourceful players on the team, though, and if anyone checked out the chess troll video from, you know, our roundup of the 4NCL, you know, one of our Lions, just in town, was co-commentating with me. Really good friend of Dan was just saying how, he's a bit of a swindler. He's a very tricky player. And so he's going to find a way out. And actually he's played Queen B5, which obviously looks like a really good good move, like consolidating. Same thing as I said, trying to hold the position, maybe offer a trade so that he can get out of danger, but also keeping in contact with the C6 pawn so he's not blundering any material. So the question is, what is Andre going to do here? If I were him, I wouldn't take that. I would like to keep the queens on and put even more pressure on Black's king. But the question is, where's he going to put the queen? Is he going to find a good square for it? Because actually, if he wants to, if he doesn't want to trade, he's got one option, right? He's got to go to C3. And I guess C3 is okay, actually, because then he can swing across to the king side as well, maybe to F3 or, so maybe that's going to be the option. And okay, he's done that now, Queen C3. He's like, well, okay, I don't want to trade into an endgame right now. I'm going to swing my queen across. I'm not so confident with this one, but, Dan is playing Black against a GM, and we're going to see what happens here. But he's got a little bit of time advantage as well, and Dan's one of the quickest players on the team, so I'm kind of feeling okay. It's not so bad. Let's go to Yang Fan, the guy who's playing chess on his phone. Again, I was like, before the match, are you kidding? You seriously going to play chess on your phone? He was like, yeah, priorities, basketball. I mean, I don't know what to say. Okay. So someone saying Dan just looks unfortunately lost. Okay, let me have a look. I didn't even pay attention. I was thinking it's not great, but didn't even look. So we're saying that instead of Queen C3, Queen takes B5 and Knight E5. Okay, so we can take a free pawn. So we were looking at this. So okay, maybe, but then I guess after the king moves, I guess Dan was thinking he's got counterplay in this position. Maybe his bishop can actually, after the king moves, the bishop becomes unpinned, and then maybe after the knight moves and you get pressure against b2, the e pawn becomes weak, and he's probably fancying this. He could shove a rook on c8, so he's probably fancying this more than the position he was in a minute ago. And I predicted Queen c3 because I figured that they would. He would prefer to keep the queens on with the pressure, and this is what the guy's gone for. So really, Mr. Piston Broke, pretty sure that's John Naylor. I'm gonna go with the GM's opinion over yours and say, well, actually, I was right and I picked the GM move. So, but okay, we're gonna see what happens in that one. Hopefully, it is a weaker move, and it means our team is doing better. So we're gonna go to Yang Fan. How is chess on the phone doing? Okay, it actually looks better than before. I mean, earlier I was a bit concerned that the pawn was going to come to b4. It was going to start ripping apart the king side, queen side, Yang Fan's king side. But now he's managed to kind of blockade that position. He's got some sort of insane defense on the second rank. I don't know what he's doing, just piled up every major piece on that c2 pawn. Hopefully nothing's happened. But, he's actually starting to push his pawn. So it's not feeling as bad as it was before. I'm just hoping that, he can move his fingers quick enough on his phone when he starts to run out of time, because 6 minutes 20, it's getting a bit nervous down there. But he's gone Queen E5, centralised queen. Hugely, hopefully he's attacking. Kind of wish in some way that, you could just lift that D pawn off the board. It would kind of be nice that his bishop on B2 wasn't looking so embarrassing and depressing. But maybe it's going to come to C1 and have some life over that side of the board. H6 could come and he could open up the king side. What are we thinking? What do you think about John's, not John, I was looking at John Naylor's commentary, and now look what you made me say. John and Yang Fan do not look anything alike, and let's just say Yang Fan plays a whole lot better than John Naylor at chess, so I don't know how I managed to get them confused. But let's have a look. Okay, what are we thinking? Yang Fan's position? Yay or nay? Considering he's playing on his phone against a GM, I'm pretty happy about it. And he's still got his queen. I mean, take the first game of the first round. He was a queen down by this point, so should be thankful that he's not right now. So maybe he'll be okay. Although 5 minutes 30, kind of better hurry up, Yang Fan. Do you reckon he's playing on his phone and kind of dribbling a ball at the same time? I mean, what is he doing at basketball practice? I have no idea. But okay, he's gone bishop c1. I said bishop c1, and now I'm actually getting worried. If they're all playing moves that I suggest, does that mean they're all now playing at my level? That is not a good sign. You don't want that to happen. So, I mean, okay, knight c4 is coming as well now, which looks like a really annoying and kind of good move. With the knight and c4, the queen and e5 has to move, and now your bishop can't activate on the king side unless you're going to have it with serious threats because the a3 pawn's dropping. Unless he feels ballsy enough to put his king on a2 and try and do... I don't know. Yang Fan's got to play this position with 5 minutes to play, and he's going to have some major decisions in a minute. He's going to think, is he going to shove his pawns forward and go for this big attack, or is he going to try and stay defensive? Also, would he accept a draw in this position, do you think? I mean, the guy's higher rated. What are you thinking, like, with some time deficit? I don't know what I would think. But let's go back to board 1. This is James Adair versus George Meyer. Oh my God, James! 2 minutes. He's got under 3 minutes left. Oh, he's got under 3 minutes left. Like, has this guy ever got more time than his opponent? But you know, he's playing one of the world's best players, and his position's looking pretty decent, I have to say. Now, again, if I'd like to take a pawn off the board, I'm going to take the f7 pawn and just wish that wasn't there. But sadly, it is. But oh God, I mean. This position, I'd be really happy had he had 5 minutes extra on the clock, or if the times were reversed. But James likes to make us all sweat and kind of, you know. So I'm a bit nervous. Right. So I do have someone hopefully coming on air, and I have Carlssen coming on. Yeah, that's right, guys. I have Carlssen coming on to co-commentate with me. However, don't get too excited, because it's not the world champion Carlssen. It is Pontus Carlssen, however. But Pontus is a grandmaster. He is a Swedish grandmaster. And the point is, we are playing a Swedish team. And hopefully he's coming on to give us some insight about the players. So I'm going to see if he's going to be ready to call right now. So I am going to see if he's ready. Let me try and hit him up and say, are you ready? And hopefully, he will be ready to come on and give us some insight. So that should be any moment now. So for those of you watching, stay tuned for Pontus Carlssen to come on and co-commentate with me about this match. Now, he's probably going to be trash talking. So, okay, he's free. I'm going to give him a call. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, this will work.
Hey, Sabrina.
Hi, Pontus. I'm going to try and get you live. We cannot see you yet. So, we can see you. Just about.
I'm going to move because the lights here are not very good.
Yeah, we can't see you, but you are live on Chess Troll TV, so welcome. And where were you going to move to? Okay, I said welcome and then he just disappeared. That's how good, that's how much he likes the show, clearly. Bit worrying, but hopefully someone just said a real GM. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Super Patza is very excited to be watching. He says, a real GM? That's a treat. I don't know what he means by that, but, you know, we have got a real GM in the house. So thank you for joining us today. Can you see the games? Have you been watching?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to. I have to open it also.
So
I haven't checked it.
We've been really nervous because obviously you guys have got a Meyer in your team who's an honorary Swede, right? Because he's basically Mr. Agrest. So we're just saying that like Ina and George have been dating. How long do you know? 3 years. It's been like.
Where's the games?
Do you even know where the games are?
Exactly, I'm following this very intense.
Clearly, you're a really die-hard fan. To be fair, you didn't even know that your country had a team until like 2 hours ago. I swear, like you were just like the worst supporter of your country ever, right?
Yeah, of course. I think people probably saw what I think about the country.
Yeah, so, God, you're a disgrace. You're gonna get sacked. You're gonna get sacked.
Okay, we should probably leave the politics out.
Okay, so go to chess.com/live And we're going to be following some of the games. And
I know, but it's not uploading for some reason. I think the games are too bad, so I can't. Yeah, we have some Trent also. Jeez.
Yeah, ignore Trent. I mean, you know what Trent's like. He's just going to be chatting rubbish all day, and you're not even going to understand him. He's gonna be talking in his little Essex accent, and usually giving some sort of weird bants. So we're ignoring Trent. We want to see the real games.
I'm gonna ignore Lawrence. It's not easy, Lawrence is Lawrence.
It's not easy being Lawrence Trent. That is true. I mean, I can't imagine. The guy was born with a deficit.
But I mean, Trent is doing a good job. He's always entertaining.
He is entertaining, but sometimes for the wrong reasons.
on your, because it's on your account, yeah.
To be fair, we've been laughing at. I've known him since I was 10 years old. I've been laughing at Lawrence Trent since I was 10. He's always been entertaining in my eyes.
Yeah, Trent is Trent. Yeah. But okay, I can see some games, and it's.
Yeah, so
it's George Meyer. Yeah, it looks like he's as usual in his French.
Yeah. So what do we think of this? So George Meyer. I mean, like, he's heavily outrating everyone on our team, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, he's like, this guy is being Kramnik. This guy's an insane talent." And so what is going on here? Is he worse? Do you think the Bishops are going to come into play at some point, or what's going on?
He's better.
He's better?
Yeah, he has 2 bishops, but okay, there is some tactical problems.
Yeah, I mean, something's going on in E6, but I'm not so happy about my team's king right now at H1. So,
but actually, he's not threatening anything. I think knight B5 maybe. But okay, he'll take on D3. No, he's not threatening anything.
Okay, so my guy's gone bishop F3. I guess he is concerned about that diagonal a little bit and maybe hoping to...
Yeah, but I mean, this looks like a typical George Meyer position.
Is it? Why is that? Does he always just kind of...
He's really solid, and usually...
When you say solid, do you mean boring? Or like... Or do you mean solid?
What is this show about, actually? Insulting players? Or...
Well, that's basically what we do. We just insult people. No. We've been...
insulting players.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the point is everyone on this team would beat me very easily, so I need to give some trash back.
Yeah. No, I mean, George Meyer is a very solid player, and he's extremely... technical. Very technical.
So he's sort of the person that's sort of like, well, I have 2 bishops, and I'm so technical that at some point those 2 bishops are going to show themselves to be superior.
Yeah, he's technical. You would
outplay you with technique, right?
He would win the game.
Right. So you basically have no doubt that he's just going to win this with technique, GM technique. Is that what it is?
Yeah, but it's a good player, very good player, very solid.
That's what we're worried about.
He loves his 2 bishops.
I want to run over to his other half's game quickly, because his other half should be the weak link. If we stand any chance of getting points in this match, it should be her. But I was just telling people not to underestimate her. And what do we think? This looks kind of boring. I mean, this probably should just be drawn, right?
Let me see. I'm gonna go to that game.
So nice looking pawn ending. I mean, Ian has got an isolated D pawn, but they've both got 2 minutes left. I mean, maybe they'll just agree a draw at some point.
Yeah, the Trents and those guys, they're stuck on...
Ignore Trent. Why even looking at Trent? Follow the direct game.
He's such a beautiful guy.
That is the first time I've ever heard that adjective used to describe Trent. Beautiful?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you wear glasses, or because I think you kind of need to? Trent, beautiful.
Trent actually told me before the broadcast to say something nice about him.
So how much did he pay you? Actually, I don't reckon he paid you anything. He's kind of stingy.
Exactly, secret contract. We can't really reveal it.
So that is it. Beautiful. Of all the adjectives in the world to describe Trent, you're using beautiful.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's disturbing.
Fantastic guy,
disturbing is what it is. But okay. Okay, this kind of looks boring, and they're kind of repeating. I reckon they're gonna... Well, they're not repeating, actually. We'll say that. Now he's... I don't know. I'm bored of that game already. Let's see what's going on. Andre Diamant versus... Do you know what Andre Diamant's handle is?
No.
Do you even know who Andre Diamant is?
No.
I love how patriotic you are.
I'm so well prepared for this, So
I'll tell you what, Andre Diamant, for those who are watching as well who don't know who Andre Diamant is, Andre Diamant was the guy that got deported from America for feeding beer to his baby. You must have heard that story.
Oh, luckily not.
You didn't? He gave beer to his child, it was obviously like a joke or whatever, and but he got deported from America because he gave beer to his kid. That is why. But Ina and
that would never have happened in Czech Republic. I can tell you.
Ina and George went to Webster, so this is it. So this is intense now. Like, I think Andre is a pawn up in an ending, although the pawn's about to in the rook and pawn ending, the pawn's about to drop on e5. But he's got 41 seconds left. Do you think that's enough time to hold this position?
Actually, I was looking a bit more on the Agrest.
Oh, yeah, back to that. You are the worst co-commentator ever. You're not even keeping up with the right games.
Yeah, I know. It's like...
Is anything actually happening
really
there?
So I can't watch the other one.
Oh, that one's not very interesting either. I'm going to look at... What about Yangfan chess game? Daddy Agrest. This one's well interesting. He's a piece up for loads of pawns.
Because it looks problematic for him, but okay, maybe if you can... Because it looks really, really, really dangerous for black.
Which one are you looking at? Daddy Agrest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what is your evaluation here? But our opponent, our guy has 27 seconds left, and he's playing on a phone at basketball practice. He said that he's not going to bother playing properly. He's just going to play on his phone. Hang on a minute. What's this? Queen takes b5. Now his queen side pawn's just going to drop, or is he? Why is he taking the pawn? Oh, okay. So he's worried about queen takes b5, then maybe rook b8. What was he worried about there?
No, you cannot take the pawn because. You will have some a3 coming.
Yeah, okay, so he's worried about some queen with b8 nonsense coming. But what is happening here?
You have to exchange the queens, but this endgame is
so you stick the king.
It looks like
white's winning. You should just stick the king on b4 and control the pawns. Is that what it is?
Yeah. It looks white should be winning probably.
Okay, but now after rook c4, how do you? So you go king a. Why don't you go king a3 and rook b1 maybe? Was that?
Yeah, you
play
c3, king a3,
and then rook b1, and then you pick up the weak pawns.
But I'm not sure if he has time. It's interesting this because he has to get down to.
Hang on a minute. Ravi just lost on time.
He did. Are you sure?
Oh my god! This could not be possible. Oh my god! Ina just won on time.
Yeah, you see. The Swedish team always win.
What? That's not fair. In that position? Are you kidding me?
That's how it can be.
No.
Life is tough.
You Swedes are evil.
Life is so tough.
Flagging us. That's just pure evil. And George Meyer just won as well, like you said he would. Like, just kind of... Let's have a look what happened there. How did George win so quickly too?
Let's have a look.
Well, that went downhill quickly. Where did his queen go? According to Ravi, his internet disconnected.
Internet disconnected, yeah?
That sucks. Okay, so it looks like George, like you said, won by technical things. He just kind of swapped some pieces off and then had a extra pawn and then just in a queen and pawn ending and just outplayed him.
Yeah, but Myers, he's really technical.
I mean, okay. What
really
can you say?
Good player.
But I think our guy did quite well though. To be fair, like you said, George Myers is like an insanely good player, and he didn't get trashed. I think he actually, like, you know, had a decent position. And like you said, it's a typical Maya position. So he obviously was used to playing like that. So, oh no, we're 3-0 down now.
On the losing side with Meyer sometimes. Oh, not sometimes actually, but one time that was extremely painful. Because, you know, the guy just goes on and on and on and on. And you play and you play and you play. Now it looks like Agres is winning. And
we are 3-0 down as well now. So and now this Agres is winning. What is going on? So we're going to lose 4-0. Yeah, how did he lose the A-pawn? No, he didn't lose the A-pawn. He was already at an A-pawn. Missing.
I don't know what happened, actually, but Agres is...
Now he's completely winning, right? So he hasn't even got the extra piece.
Yeah, well, let's go E5 and...
He's hoping for some tricks with Rook H7. Hopefully is going to promote the H-pawn. That's not going to happen, is he? He's got 3 pawns to 1.
Yeah, bishop takes actually can be an idea, but I think this Rook endgame is losing.
I mean, he's got 4 seconds left as well. So this looks like it's going to be a 4-0 start for you guys. That is not a good start. So, in your opinion, what went wrong for us, apart from the fact that you Swedes always win, apparently?
Well, I think you did your best, but okay, it's not so easy. You know, the Vikings come, you know, they usually come for everything. So it's not easy.
The Vikings come. Oh my, but, I mean, okay, poor Ravi. His position was absolutely fine. He said, his internet just went.
Yeah, now it's just...
His internet just went. I mean, that is just...
Lost Rook game.
Huh?
So it's just a total lost Rook game. So
this one, fine. You know, we're going to lose. We've only got a few seconds. But let's have a look at the Ravi Eno game. I mean, this position was good for Black.
Yeah, but if you lose some time...
To get disconnected in that position is just brutal.
Yeah.
But then again, did you hear what happened to... Simon Agnestein earlier in the absolute crucial match? So there was 7.5 games all in the last match, and it was like some queen and pawn versus rook and rook apparently, and they're just playing instantly the last few seconds, and the guy hung his queen. Mouse slipped his queen.
Ouch.
Well, that cost obviously the entire match. This is internet chess. Like, what is with that? Like, how different is it compared to real chess?
Well, I mean, you know, it's mouse slips can always happen, you know. But it's the same, you know. You can have this touch piece also in when you play live, you know.
Out of all these guys though.
So it's a problem.
What is Yang Fan doing? He just hung his rook for no reason.
Let me see.
He just played rook a5, and the guy just took rook takes a5. Just as we were talking about mouse slips, I'm guessing that's a mouse slip because he was just about to catch up on time. Unless he was doing it in the hope that the guy missed it because he thought he was going to lose anyway. Did you see that?
No, and I actually...
Just go back and check out the last move.
Stopped looking at this.
He went rook a5 in this position, right at the end. I don't know. Was that intentional? Just hoping. What if the guy misses it and then maybe I've got some bit of trash talking going on at the back end. Probably shouldn't announce it on air, but they're not. Then
so I mean, you said this team was your team. I mean, you know, you don't know the basics that you have to score some points. What is this? You know.
This is rude. Get lost. Good job you're only staying on for another couple of minutes. Yeah, okay. We're being nice. We're just...
I mean, you know, is it really...
We're being nice. We feel sorry for you. Maybe Ravi was just a gentleman. He was like, okay, I'm playing a girl. Let's give her a start. She's not going to score any more points in the competition, so maybe I'll give her one now. Maybe he was thinking that.
I think actually that game didn't matter so much to the final match result because it looks bad for you.
No, I mean, okay, George is obviously insanely good, but I think the other ones are all completely equal. Like you were saying, look at the previous position.
Agres is...
Agres was losing that position though. If our guy was actually playing on the internet and not playing on his phone at a basketball match, then probably he would have actually won that position. He had a great position and a nice advantage, and then Ravi was comfortably outplaying her for the whole game with Black. So I think that, I don't think that the other games will go the same way. This is just a freak first round. I believe that actually you guys are going to be in trouble for the next few games. Okay, George is a slight bit of class above the rest, but I think we're going to shock you. I think we're just like giving you a false sense of security. We're going to come back and we're going to kick your butts next game. You watch. You're lucky that that's why you're tuning in now. You're going to disappear and then you're going to see your team just do badly.
Well, with that kind of advantage of 4-0, how badly can you do?
It's just a game.
You can even afford yourself to lose some match.
Okay, so what if we win 4-0 next game? Then it's all evens the next bit.
Nah, it's never gonna happen. Yeah, because I think actually that there's too many good players in that team now.
Okay, so Amaya, we agree, it's good. Agrest, is he not getting a bit old? Can he even move the pieces that quickly?
You know that you will actually meet the guy in the hallway, You have to be able to back your words.
That's fine, man. I don't. Anything I say here, I'll say to people's faces.
I'm sure. I know him extremely well.
But you also know me.
He's gonna remember, and he's gonna call me up. And who was this woman that called me?
You also know me. You'll know I say it to his face too. So but it's a fair question. He's getting on a bit. Like, maybe he can't move his mouse so quickly. Maybe he's got some carpal tunnel syndrome going on. And maybe he'll, get to a time control. He won't be able to play as quickly. And then Andre, okay.
If you want, I can give you his number.
Andre can't be that good. Andre can't even beat me with the right pieces. I'm sure he's going to
be very lovely in the telephone when you tell him that.
Yeah, go ahead. Get him on air between games. I don't care. I mean, Andre couldn't even beat me with the white pieces, so he can't be good. So, Andre's written off. And then Ina's the weak link. So, I think that game was just unlucky for Ravi. He just disconnected. That's not his fault. So I think that it won't be so easy. I don't think it won't be so easy.
It's better to disconnect when you know you're gonna lose. It's
you know you're gonna lose that position? Are you kidding me? Look at this position.
No, I mean,
he wasn't going to lose that position. He was the one trying to win. She was the one repeating moves, hoping for a draw. She was one just going with her rook, hoping that he'd offer a draw. But obviously, that wasn't going to happen.
She was trying to give you a point, but you didn't. You were not up to the task. It's not easy. It's like
if you guys are only going to win by dirty flagging tactics, well then fine, take your victory. But that is not a way for people to win.
Dirty flagging tactics? Do you think we hack the system?
Yeah. Look, now my guys are in the Facebook chat saying that none of them can go.
Russian hackers.
See, look, even my chess.com's not loading now. Everyone's is going. Server error, our fault. Oh my God! Look!
It must be someone else's fault. Yeah.
Look, it says on the screen. I'm showing it to everyone. Server error, our fault. We will look into it. That's what it says. It's not me.
Yes,
it says it right here.
Server error is that you are even allowed to be broadcast.
Go away. Go back to your meetings. You are very unwelcome back on my show now, Pontus. I am not impressed.
I'm doing my best to be diplomatic. Yeah.
Oh, really now? So if you weren't, what would you say? Don't hold back on my behalf. Let it rip. Give it to me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you insult Daddy Agrest, you have to get something back, yeah? Because he's not even there, so he can't even defend himself.
It's fine. I insult Daddy Agrest. I'll insult Mommy Agrest. I'll insult daughter Agrest. I don't care. I'll insult son to be Agrest too if he starts to mess up. But he's kind of I'll insult the whole Agrest family. It's fine by me. That's what I'm here to do. But right now,
if I put them well, you're gonna be hated forever after this show. So
that is fine. I'm not here to make friends. But right now, chess.com is saying that they are having issues, and it's not just me; it's the entire team. So I am gonna try and log back on. Hopefully they're going to be able to log back on too. None of them can apparently right now. So we're probably going to lose 4-0 again without you guys even playing a move.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
same result, right? It doesn't matter.
It's probably the only fair result. 4-0, 4-0, 4-0. Because
so you think you'll get 16-0? You think? How much you want to bet?
Nah, 16-0 is a little bit too much, because, I mean...
go on then, predict your score. Considering you're 4-0 up, let's have a prediction.
I mean, if you're going to continue in this pace, of course, yes, 16-0. But I would say that after a while, you start to get a little bit more arrogant and not pay too much attention to the rivals. So then, yeah, I would probably say that it should be... Yeah, I would say, probably 11.
11's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. That's usually where it should end, I think, in there.
I don't know what mine's saying too many reloads. My whole team as well is... Apparently they're all like saying, where's Sabrina when you need her too? My whole team are crying. No one can get online. I probably should help them.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably better, Yes, resign.
Just resign?
Yeah, I mean, you just sign the score shield and resign. It's the only thing. And then it's 16-0, so, okay. So can I change my tips? 16-0?
I bet you any money it's not 16-0.
Okay, if you don't get online, I'm going to be something else, yeah? What is the default rule, actually?
I think it's only 3 minutes, actually.
Uh-huh.
And right now, I can't even get online, so this is...
Yeah, I mean, then you lose. So then it's even worse, Then it's 20-0. You also
20-0?
So it's no, you're doing your best, but I mean, if you can't even get online.
Yeah, no. Apparently, everyone's saying the chess server's unavailable.
Yeah, but are you guys sure you know the rules, or how is it?
Of chess?
Are you sure you know the rules, or?
Do I know the rules of chess, or are you talking about the rules of the tournament? Be careful what you say.
No, maybe we can start with the rules of chess. Do you know how the bishop moves?
Well, I don't think Yang Fan knows how the bishop moves, considering he just gave it away. But then again, to be fair, I think your guy, Daddy Agres, didn't know how the bishop moves either. That's why he gave both of his away.
Well, if you have a couple of pawns, it actually overweights the bishop.
Does it? It wasn't at the time.
Well, you saw the final results.
Yeah, but my guy's got a basketball in one hand. He's got a chessboard in the other. He's trying to multitask. That's why he's like that. That's the only reason why we lost.
Well, maybe not the only reason, but it can be one of the reasons.
We were questioning, like you said, you were the one that said he was losing. Okay, I think our team might be back in action now.
Yeah, but I just want to be nice too.
Okay.
Give you some hope.
Well, we'll soon see, because Daddy Agres is playing now our guy James Adair. And let's see what you think of Daddy Agres' position now. Again, his bishops. He's put his bishop. He's got.
I don't need to even see the position. I'm sure that Agres will win.
I've got some bad news. He's already got a bishop on b1. I don't think he does know how his bishop moves. So we'll soon see about that. But I've got confidence in this round. I think we're gonna get some surprising results. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll have one draw. It's quite surprising. I agree. But
oh wow! And who's that draw? Who's that draw?
I have so much belief in my team, so I will actually log off.
Shut up! You didn't even know your team was playing until a couple of hours ago. Don't even give me that.
Yeah, but I don't need to, because they're going to win anyway. But when you told me that they would play against your team, then I knew already that okay.
Oh.
What can it be like?
Okay.
So I knew that we were going to win, So that therefore, otherwise I would never.
And how's England's how's Sweden's results been in the past against England? Hey.
England? What country is that? Is the country that exited the European Union, or which one is it?
Yeah, but they still beat you in chess every single time.
Is that a lonely island?
Yeah, we are a lonely island. That is quite sad, and I can't really joke about that because it is quite sad. But exactly. We're still better than you at chess.
The ones who are voting about things that they don't understand. Is it that country? Or is it another one?
Yeah, it's the one where we Google the next day what is the EU.
Yeah, exactly. But at least you have the Google, If it's not out of order.
At least we know how to use Google.
But okay, I mean, I think you guys are doing a pretty good job. It's good that you at least know that you are inside the European Union. Were. Exactly. So I mean, it's not bad. You are doing a good job. But
well, right now I'm looking for one of our.
So I'm going to log off actually, because I I don't see any point in more in
Yeah.
porting the guys, you know,
thanks for coming on
because I know they're gonna win. 4-0 is a huge advantage. It's a massive advantage, as you say in the UK.
So some guy in the chat, by the way, just a question, is asking if you have a Caribbean accent.
If I have a coward?
A Caribbean accent. He doesn't know where you're from.
What can I say? If he wants me, you know, then I have it.
Considering you've been talking about Sweden and like how, like, you know, it's a country for a while, then probably should give you a hint. But you know,
no, I have no idea where I'm from. Actually, it's a cold country in the north, Europe. Well, we're still in the European Union.
But I was gonna say, you still have that at least. What can I say? So.
Yeah, we're still in the European Union, but you never know. Maybe after next election we are out.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I take care, Sabrina. I have to go for some meetings.
Yeah.
And I think that we will probably get a half point here and there, you know. So
thanks. Half
if
point
you're
here and
lucky, you know, you will summarize. When we summarize it, you will get some points, you know. But.
You only said 11 for you guys, so you didn't sound that confident. 11's not that much of a victory, considering you've got.
Yeah, but I wanted to be nice, you know. I wanted to.
You're being nice, right? Fine.
I don't want to destroy the atmosphere before I leave. so 11 is enough. Yeah? So okay, we take 11. But you know, the final result is clear.
Okay, so, well, one of my players is freaking out because he said, "Why his game hasn't started?" So.
So
I'm going to have to try and work
focus on his game, and he should definitely focus on his own game. But I'm confident on the guys, so I'm going to log off. Yeah?
And apparently, my team's just blundered a piece against Ida, so that's a good start as well. So maybe you are right. What can I say?
Yeah, I will just log out, you know, and continue with some good show. And, you know, you have to have more spectators than Trent, yeah?
Oh yeah, I will do at some point. But you know, the guy's beautiful. I can't really compete with that.
Exactly. You know. Okay. I mean, it's not a beauty contest because then you can't compete with Trent.
I mean, obviously not. I mean, what can I do?
Fantastic guy. Really fantastic guy. So enjoy your day, Sabrina.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us and telling us how crap we are. So we appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon.
Ciao.
See you later. So that was Pontus, and well, he gave us some stick, but probably rightly so. I've just had a message from Dan Fernandez going, "How have I blundered a piece against this Patzer?" Bit disturbing when he says Patzer and he's a piece down. So what is going on? How did he blunder this piece? So, you know, it's Dan's usual B4. His kind of gambit style, but you know, he's got what he wants. He knows his stuff pretty well. Although his knight does look dismal on E1. How did he blunder this piece? What did he do? Knight 8. What is knight A6 though? I guess he's coming into A5, but it looks a bit weird. Oh, that's what he did. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, what is knight A6? It's just the piece that's en prise, and it's like he's just put two undefended pieces on pre. This is crazy. So, I don't even know. I have no words. What is going on? What is going on? Okay. Yes. So to the audience, yeah, the guy. I don't know about his Caribbean accent. I don't know where his heritage is from. Actually, I just know him as being Swedish. He's like one of the strongest players in Sweden. He's played for the Swedish team for a while. I guess like there's like it's like Grandelius, and then there's him, and obviously the Aggress and whatever. So yeah, oh, God, I mean, what is going on? I have no idea. So okay, so Ravi says his game was aborted by the server. What does that mean? I mean, every week there is always an issue. I have no idea what's going on. So, here is my message to my assistant manager, James Coleman. If you are watching, can you perhaps do your job and try and find out what is going on to our team? Considering, we're now forfeiting matches, and we forfeited a game last week too because of this situation. Maybe you could actually try and get into the manager's area that I was talking about and see what's going on, help our players, because this is not good. That poor Ravi has just had his game aborted. So let's find out what's going on. Now, I'm going to quickly go over to Yang Fan's game against George Meyer, see what's going on over here. Yeah, okay, so Meyer is moving super quickly here. Well, even with subtle threats. I mean, the guy went Queen E7, he went B3, I moved for Bishop A3, he had to move again, and they're moving very quickly. Is this, like, theory or something? But it doesn't look like it. This looks like some weird kind of fianchetto version against King's India. Like, we talked before about Yang Fan loves the King's India, and Meyer seems to just be playing instantly. Like, what is going on? Why are they playing so quickly? I guess he knows his stuff, but... Okay, I'm going to go to James Adair versus... I'm just reading some of the messages, and they're saying, why do good players always not like to trade pieces? That's a funny question. I mean, is that true, or is it that... they just want to... hang on. I've just had a message from Ravi saying the score was 0-0. What is going on? Right. Assistant manager, have you done something? Yeah, I don't know how I keep so calm either, John. I'm trying to multitask with the commentary, managing my team, and the fact that my team are completely... just not even, like, logging on or disconnecting. I don't know what else to do. And I don't know how I keep so calm, so I'm still on triathlon. For those of you can see, I am currently a triathlete. And what that means is that I am not drinking for the entire of January. And this is the hope that I can raise some money for cancer research. So I'm trying to get some donations to help Cancer Research UK. And I am not drinking the whole of January. It has been 25 days. And I'm suffering a little bit. So I've ramped up on the coffee. But I don't know how I stay so calm either. I mean, I could really do with a nice glass of Macallan right now, and it is just downstairs, and it would taste so good. But I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to keep going, because I have confidence in my team, even if we don't know how to log online, and even if we blunder pieces against 2200s. Way! I thought I'd go back to just check. So this is Dan's game where he blundered a piece against the 2200s. He went knight a6. Not even sure what that's about because it's really weird, but I guess he wants to put the knight on c5. And Ina just played queen b6 and was like, thanks, that's a free piece. And so, but Dan is tricky Dan, and he has gone for as many complications as possible. And to be fair, it looks like a mess. What is going on here? I mean, queen b5 is also super bizarre because now it looks like Dan has like a million knight forks to pick from. I mean, which one do you actually pick in this position? He went for knight c7, but he's also got like knight d6. You've also got any knight move on for c4, like you can go knight e5, and you've just got like a million knight forks. So was she just making him spoiled for choice or something? That's really bizarre. But knight c7 came, queen b7, and then d6. So this is some major compensation for the piece. I mean, what is the material situation going on? So it's a piece of pawn, and then after knight d5, rook b1, queen c8, takes, and suddenly, it's not so clear anymore. And Dan has a 2-minute advantage. And it's tricky Dan. I am kind of gonna back down on this one, and I'm gonna say that I think Dan's gonna win. Also purely for the psychological factor of that, the fact that Ina's gonna be like, oh, it's a piece up, and now I'm just kind of like, blundering it away. It must be kind of like painful for her. So my bet is on Dan for that one. I really wish Pontus was here to see this. It would have been so funny to see his face after it was like a whole, piece up and then it's going to be a piece down. Right. Ravi's got a game got aborted because it was the opponents didn't move. Okay, started now. Okay, that's good. Who says there's a chess athlete? I'm not sure about the athlete part. Who's saying this? And are you talking about me? Are you guys trolling me, saying that I'm like not an athlete and it's a joke that I'm an athlete? I don't even know what to be thinking about this. Are you talking about Ina? I mean, who are you talking about? Either way, I'm kind of offended. So, I used to do all this sport. I used to be an athlete, actually. However, I decided to dislocate both knees, and that wasn't, like, very fun. So don't laugh at the crippled. That is just rude. Anyway, I'm going to go find Yang Fan's game, because apparently he's just started. Not Yang Fan. Ravi. It'd be good if I actually knew the names of my players. It might help. However, I still can't find the game. Where is he? Is he actually playing? Who is he even playing? So, oh, he's playing Daddy Agrest? No, he's going to be playing Andre Diamant. So, Andre is in Brazil right now, I believe. So, he's playing in Brazil, and so maybe he just had problems there. Let's see if I can find Ravi's game, because it doesn't look like I can. And that's kind of disturbing. Can't find his game. I can find a bunch of Tata Steel games, but really I'm not kind of interested in those games. I am interested in some London Lions games, because we had a horrible first round, where we lost 4-0 again. So we're on a serious downward spiral from the first victory in the first week. So we're hoping for a comeback. And I'm going to look at the current games right now, because this is Yang Fan playing black against George Meyer. And every single prediction has shown that George Meyer is going to storm this with 4 out of 4 and not have any problems at all. And he won the first game against our board 1, James Adair, as black. And it looked like, James had some nice ideas, and it was kind of, it looked decent for him. Okay, but he got into his classic time trouble, and unfortunately he got outplayed by an insane GM. I mean, Pontus came on and just explained that actually that was a classic George position. So, unfortunately, he probably just walked into something that George absolutely loves. So, what is going on here? I have no idea. So, Yang Fan. I wonder if Yang Fan likes his position. For those of you who just joined in as well, I can see some of you just joining. Yang Fan is playing on his phone at a basketball match. He is literally trying to dunk in one hand and play chess on the other. So, I think he's doing quite well considering. But otherwise, in the grand scheme of things, probably not looking so comfortable. He also has a serious time deficit, which happened in the last one. Unfortunately, that cost him the game. He was a bishop up against the GM and had a decent position, but managed to lose. I know this is the problem with time control. But it's looking okay. It's looking not so bad at the moment. Apart from, I'm not sure about Rook D4. Didn't really understand it. So, Yang Fan has gone for a positional exchange sacrifice? What is going on? So, Yang Fan's just gone Rook D4. And out of the blue, just took on C4. I say positional exchange sacrifice. Does anyone understand it? Is it a positional exchange sacrifice? Or is it just nonsense? I mean, audience, does anyone want to chime in on this? What do we think of this? Is it inspired or is it just rubbish? I mean, you're playing one of the world's best players. To voluntarily give up material like that, you must have a reason. Or is it not voluntary? Let's go back. In this position, is the knight on C4 that dangerous and that scary that you need to give up a piece for it? I mean, if it's that scary, play B5, although I don't particularly like B5 either, but do you need to give up? I mean, I haven't analysed it further, but is there compensation for this exchange? What are we thinking, guys, in the audience? And then knight B7? And this can't be good. And then Meyer's immediately gone C5 and he's gone back, and okay, so he's now just an exchange down, and this bishop on G7 looks awful. It looks like the exact thing you don't want to see to a King's Indian bishop, and it's just blockaded in. So he's going to have to try and get it out maybe by h6 and goes to e3 and try and plonk it on d4 maybe for a bit. I don't know. But is he hoping that his bishop, White's bishop on g2 is not going to be good? This is just an exchange, right? I mean, what are we thinking? I am not impressed with this one, so I'm going to leave that for a little bit, and I'm going to go find someone else's. Let's look at James Adair. Initial instincts is saying yuck, but he is on the opposite side of the material thing that young fans on. He has got an extra exchange, but this one looks like it's got a lot more compensation with that huge e5 pawn and pressure on h7. And, you know, this one feels a little bit scarier. And the rook on c7 doesn't look particularly useful. And in fact, you know, knight e8 might be threatened right now. Okay, so we stopped that, hoping to liquidate. What do we think of this one? And again, look at James's time. He's got 2 minutes left. I don't even know what to think. Oh, this is not against Andre. This is against Daddy Agrest. Daddy Agrest. But let's look at daughter Agrest, because she was a piece up after just a few moves. But Tricky Dad has got some major compensation for that piece. Well, I say major compensation, he's basically got the material back, and I'm kind of liking his position. With the extra 3-minute time advantage, it's got to be decent. That pawn on d6 is looking pretty painful. What is going on here? I mean, my thoughts are that Dan's going to do pretty well here. Dan has a 3-minute advantage, a big pawn on d6, maybe even the pawn on d5 is going to push. That bishop on f8 is looking miserable. Dan's played bishop c4 now, threatening, you know, and maybe he's just going to trade off rooks and then just simply push that d pawn to some serious victory. So queen takes b1. I mean, this is evil. What's going on? Like queen b7 might come in and like some horrible play down that down that open file. So maybe queen b7 and rook c8 could be evil. What is Ina's plan here? This does not look pleasant to me. Okay, bishop takes d6, and then bishop takes e6 is going to happen. Yeah, bishop takes e6. And what is going on here? Maybe queen b3? I don't know, maybe the two pieces are decent, but maybe the fact that okay, Dan does need to watch out for some tricky tricks at the back rank. I mean, if I were him, might make some space in the back rank just in case he falls for another cheapo. Ravi's game! Found it! Yes, okay, so, Ravi, how's it going? Ravi is white against Andre Diamant. He has a 3-minute disadvantage, well, 2-minute disadvantage right now. But it's early days. What are we thinking of this position? Ravi's gone for some solid Moretti kind of thing right now, and hopefully it's okay. Let's have a look. Hopefully my team are okay. What is going on here? My team are James Adair lost already, just said. What happened? Let's have a look. It looked okay for a minute. Oh, it looked tricky. So he was this material down. We just left it at queen g6. But queen a8 came in, and after rook c8, queen b7, and suddenly everything's kind of falling apart while the rook's attacked and the knight's attacked on e7. And usually you want to use one of those pieces to defend the other, but it doesn't look like there's anywhere safe to do that. And James tried to last queen b1, and then after bishop f1, there was nothing to do. That's really sad. So where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? Let's have a look. e4 takes, and then essentially just went rook takes f5. Wow. So he went for this really nice exchange sack, and it just seemed to work out for him. These pawns are just, this pawn on the e5 was just too strong, and I guess, wow, so there's a big difference between Ravi's pawn sack and Apparently the games are going to restart again. I'm really confused what's going on here. Apparently this game is going to restart again. They just got a message. What is going on? Does anyone know? James, if you're watching, what's going on with the technical side of things? Our team seems to be in trouble. Right, so those of you who are just joining in, we have the Lions are playing currently 5-0 down. It's not a good start against the Stockholm Snowballs, but we are up against 3 strong GMs, including one of the world's elite, Georgia Meyer, and a women's international master who plays for her Olympiad team. So it is a tough team, and we are expected to lose this match, but we want to do well. We are an underestimated team, I think, although we seem to have technical issues each week. But I want to know what's going on in this match, because apparently the games are going to restart again. Unfortunately, one of our guys has lost already this match. And what is going on? Yang fans seem to have just sacrificed an exchange for nothing. And this one looks like it's just painful too. Yeah, resigns. Yang fan. I don't understand what happened here. Going back to where we decided to do this, we just had a normal position. I say normal, but, you know, it was decent for white, but suddenly Yang fan decided to just play rook takes rook d4 followed by rook takes c4. We're not sure what his idea was behind that, but he was inspired somehow, but it looked like he was just an exchange down. And so we are 6-0 down, so our only hope are the last 2 games. And we don't know what's going on in this one. This is Ravi versus Andre Diamant, and Ravi and Andre have been having connection issues by the looks of it. And it looks now as though, unfortunately, Ravi's going to have some serious pressure against this d3 pawn. So he might actually have to trade on c5 at some point. I didn't mean to actually play the move. But, you know, bishop takes c5 might have to be played, even though he doesn't want to play that, just to stop the pressure against d3. So I don't know what our audience thinking about this, but that doesn't feel too fun for him. But I really want to go back to this one, because this game has been up and down the whole time. This is Ina Agrest, and she is supposedly the weak link of the team, but she's on 1 out of 1 already, beating Ravi in the first game, although it was insane because Ravi was completely outplaying her from move 1 with black, and then just disconnected right at the end and ended up losing on time. It was incredible. So she was gifted the first round point, but again, she's not to be underestimated. But what is going on? Are we liking Dan's position? He's obviously got pressure in this position, and he is threatening, he's threatening the bishop on d6, and if she moves it, then he takes the e6 pawn. But she's gone knight e8, hoping to kind of defend, but this has got to be passive. Maybe what if he goes queen a8 and then tries to take the b7 pawn, a7 pawn, sorry, and then actually that could be quite dangerous if Dan can kind of put the pressure on Ina like this. What is going on? So, you know, also e4's dropping. Maybe he can just play queen takes e4. But he also has to be a bit careful that, you know, he doesn't get attacked himself. You know, Queen A8 would be interesting. Unfortunately, maybe just forced to knight C7, unfortunately, and there's a fork there. But it's not so clear. So, what is going on? And I don't know what Dan's plan is here, because he has to be a bit careful. But we are expecting Dan to be able to do something with this game, although he did give her a whole piece advantage. So to be in this position is quite incredible. He blundered a piece for like pretty much absolutely nothing, and to have this position, I'm pretty happy about that. And it is Dan, he's quite tricky, and I think that he's going to have a minute and a half extra time advantage too. So he's played the safety king g2 move, and he's basically, I guess, asking her a question. She trades on g3, how's she going to follow it up? And actually, suddenly her pieces are, well, awful, so to speak. What does she move? Like, what does she actually do? So if he kind of remains calm and doesn't do anything, what move does she play? She can't move the knight, she blunders the bishop. She can't move the queen that many squares. She takes the queen off the 7th rank, he takes a7 with check. You know, if I guess she has to play, she can't play queen c7 because the queen takes e8. So maybe queen f7, so she keeps going back to e7 and f7. but then at some point he can just take on e4. I mean, what is going on in this one? Maybe he's just playing very sensibly, and actually with the time advantage, he's putting serious pressure. And as we predicted, queen f7 has been played because she's running out of moves. So queen takes e4 has been played, and again she's got to find another move. I mean, what has she played? Is she going to go for a ballsy sort of h3? And she has done, hoping for maybe king takes h3 and queen f5, trying to liquidate, so she's going to move some pieces. Is that what's going to happen? Or queen takes f2. That is bold. She is going for it. And now, what is going on? Maybe she can just play queen takes e6? Or is she still going to play queen f5 and hopefully liquidate the position? But no, rook takes a7 has happened, and suddenly he might just be winning after rook takes a7, and suddenly now g6 and e6 will both be weak. And how does she react to that? I guess she's always hoping for this queen f5 liquidation, but this is a very ballsy move to play. You know, again, e6 is hanging because of the pin, but this is very ballsy to play. Now a4 is a serious passed pawn. Can she just play rook queen takes e6 and after queen f5 just take it and run the a pawn at the board? Is this possible? He's going to have 3 passed pawns in that position. No, 2 passed pawns actually in that position. Can he just play that? Is this what he's thinking about right now? I mean, this was very risky on her part going for this because, you know, with no time as well, she has to be really, really, really accurate. What is going to happen? Are we having a prediction here? Who thinks Dan is going to go for something like that? Or maybe just queen c6, in fact, and just try and threaten rook takes c7 and try and go for ending with the queens on the board and hopefully win the a pawn at the board. But is that enough? Notoriously, just being a pawn up in queen endings is not good enough, especially with so many checks. The question is, does she have any threats in this position that are potent enough? And he's gone for queen takes e6. Queen, and I guess he was calculating queen f1 because after queen f1, the king's got to run somewhere. And where does it run to? The question is, after king h4, how does she follow up the checks? I guess with queen f6 maybe? Or queen f6 might be a bit dangerous because after king takes f6 maybe then e4 comes, followed by e5, and suddenly her piece is just everywhere. So queen f6 looks very dodgy. You don't want to do that. But what is she going to do? Because she's got no other checks. Queen f8, very defensive. She had to defend d6 though, because the knight, and the knight, oh, what is going on here? I mean, this looks good for Dan. I mean, her pieces are just kind of everywhere, but she's hoping for some sort of queen h8 check and trying to get some, you know, and suddenly queen h8 followed by queen h5 is checkmate, actually. This is actually serious. This is not a joke anymore. He has to see that she is threatening a checkmate in 2 moves. This is dangerous because, you know, when you're on the attack the whole time, this is dangerous. Maybe he's got to go back to h3 and try and get out of it. Or maybe he goes straight to g4. He's going for this queen d7, hopefully. Actually, queen d7 is really interesting because now, hopefully, he has to block this check. But actually, what is going on? Because maybe after king h8, can he go to h6? What is absolutely going on? Yang fans already lost. I just got a message. Okay, at least the mate in 2 has been stopped now. Has Dan got time to breathe? Can he play rook takes c7? It is the last few moments of this game. That's why I'm showing it. It's the last few moments. What is going on? This is so nerve-wracking to watch. Hopefully, rook takes c7 is just fine. I trust Dan's judgment. He is tricky. He is strong. He has a time advantage. But what is going on? This is dangerous. e4, that is bold. What's going on after queen f6 and king h3 and queen f1? Whoa, queen f3? What? Oh my god, g5 is a big threat here. Look at this. And queen h5 and g5, there's just stuff going on. Can he stop this position? I guess queen g4 might have to be played. He's got to stop. She is coming up with some nasty stuff. He's got to be careful. Maybe queen g4, queen h3, and then just like king h3, queen h1. Is it just going to be, they're going to repeat? Queen g4, it's got to be, he's going to go for the draw. He's going for the draw. Wow, okay, what do we think? Were there any options with Queen G4? Let's have a look. Or was this just losing? I guess G5, well, they can't go G5 now. So what is going on? Is this just losing? Am I missing something here? Queen F6, King H3, Queen F1. I guess maybe it's the same thing. Wow, what an interesting finish. I guess we'll get some insight from Dan in a minute. Did anyone see anything there better for Dan? Queen takes D6, no panic. Just chill. Let's go back. So, you can't play Queen takes D6 in this position. Queen takes D6. Which Patzer suggested that? Lawrence Cooper? Are you supposed to be an IM? Queen takes D6. Queen H5. Checkmate. Unless you're talking about a different position. But in this position, when do you mean? When did Queen D6 is possible? Certainly wasn't now. Certainly wasn't then. When was Queen D6 possible? Don't think it was. There is a mate on H5. What's going on? After Queen F3, yeah. Oops. IM's weak. Anyway, yeah, what was that about? So, Ina, the supposed weak link, has 1.5 out of 2. Just, you know, she's doing really well. And what is happening here? Was there nothing here for Dan? This looked promising. Queen F1 and then King H4. Queen F8. This was the crucial moment. I mean, mate in 2 was threatened. So he went Queen D7. Did he have any other option? Could he have gone King G4? Is that playable? What is going on here? Anyone else? Any ideas? King G4 instead of E4? Is that what happened? Is that what I said? Is this position? No, that was this position. Does it make a difference with the queen on in this position? So King G4. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure what was going on here. I mean, King G4. I mean, what is going on? Are there any threats of... Maybe you just play... No, Queen F6 doesn't work. What do you play here? That's got to be a better try. I wonder if Dad has any thoughts on this. He's not saying anything. Yeah, I mean, what is going on here? This is a really weird position. Can anyone see anything? I mean, King G4, it's got to be a good try. They were both down to the last few seconds, but Ina was on the absolute ropes there. But she was finding some insane complications to try and make that interesting. But if the queens came off the board, maybe Dan would have had a chance. I mean, what is going on? King G4, I can't think of anything that's scary here. I guess maybe Queen F6 is interesting. You know, trying to keep some pressure in the position in the hope that maybe if Dan thinks he can trade and he can't quite, then he might end up getting mated again like this. Maybe she can go for stuff like this. What is going on? What do we think the evaluation is? Zugsvank nearly. Is it though? Queen F6, what happens? I mean, it's not so easy for either side to play. Maybe a draw was a fair result. I mean, that was crazy. All right, let's not think too much on that. Let's have a look how Ravi is doing against Daddy Agres. Oh, no, not Daddy Agres. Why do I keep thinking that's Daddy Agres? That is not Daddy Agres. That's the Brazilian GM, Andre Diamond. So, that can't be the times. I mean, I've got some weird times going on here. This is 7 minutes versus 2. That is definitely not the time. According to this other clock, it says 3 minutes versus 2. So I think that's probably more accurate. That'll probably be set in a minute. So what is going on in this position? Like, actually, what is happening? Because it doesn't look like any moves have been played since the last time we spoke. Maybe, have I not reset it? There we go. That's the real position, and that's the real time. I was sort of looking at the position that we were analysing earlier. When I said that maybe he had to trade on C5 and, you know, get rid of that, but it didn't seem to happen. And what is going on here? Right. So time's pretty much equal. What do we think of the position? Right. He's just played bishop e4 to g2, and I guess he's not worried about any discovered attacks on his rooks. He's left it on b5. I guess he has nowhere decent to go. I mean, I'm not sure what the knight's doing on h4 as well. I guess that's why he probably wants to play bishop g2. He's hoping to put the knight back on f3, get back in the game, and not run into any silly f5 ideas. So, what is going on here? Who are we liking? I mean, we are currently, what's the score? 6.5 half. I mean, we cannot prove Pontus right. Pontus like, we'll get a draw here and there, maybe a half a point each game. We are only getting half a point each game right now. This is not looking good. Hopefully, Ravi can do something here. What do we think? I mean, do we like Ravi's position? Okay, so the guy did go for a discovered attack, but knight d8, that wasn't particularly scary. He's gone for bishop f4, but what happens after e5? I mean, that also looked interesting, but I guess he's got enough pieces on it, and there were no complications there. So queen c8, and now he's got to move his rook. Where are we putting that rook? But I guess the bishop on f4 is looking decent now. So what is happening? What do we think here? Guys, we need some help as the Lions. I mean, first of all, we have 4 GMs lined up for the Lions. We have current British knockout champion Nigel Short. We have Luke McShane, last year's London Rapid Play champion, classic Rapid Play champion. 2, former 2700s they are. And GM David Smurden, Australia's board 1. And we have Bogdan Lalic. And, okay, Bogdan played last week, but that was embarrassing. Turned down a draw in a losing position. Kind of weird. And, we have these players, but where are they when we need them? Our guys last week we got hammered by our local team. And, had we had Nigel and Luke playing, that wouldn't have happened. And again, poor guys, all of these guys are absolute legends. We've got no GMs, but we've got 4 really strong youth players, and they're all fighting every week against players who are higher rated than them, because none of the top guys want to play. So what is going on? What is that about? So we should support the Lions. These little guys are fighting every week, completely outrated. So I think that any result that we get against these guys is a good one, because who said Mickey Adams? Yeah, we don't have Mickey Adams, unfortunately. I mean, I'd love to have Mickey Adams playing. That would be a whole different ball game. I mean, Mickey would wipe the floor with all of these people really easily. And I would love to have Mickey playing too. But, we don't. And what is with that? It's a whole different game when it's like, you take the England team, England versus Sweden. This is what I was telling Pontus about earlier. We have Mickey Adams. We have, I don't even know the order these days. I think Nigel's number 2 now. And then there's Gawain, Luke, David, and Sadler, all around the same. There's 6 insanely good players. And as I say, none of them are playing in the Pro Chess League, but that's not true. Gawain played the first game for the Towers, but now he's in Vaikansé. And actually, is he leading the Challenger section now? How did he do today? Didn't pay attention, but Gawain is doing really well in the Challenger section of Vaikansé. So he has turned up for the Pro Chess League, but the other guys haven't. So it's a poor show. So we need the guys to come out and play for us and win some games. We want to see them in action. But right now, this is starting to hot up. What do we think of this position? They're down to their last minute. Now, I'm liking the fact that he's just traded off those bishops, though, because now b7 might become weak. Although the knight's just plonked himself onto c5, which is going to be a monster piece. How are we going to get rid of it? And actually, e4 is looking pretty strong. I'm not liking this now. It's suddenly going to go a bit wrong, I think, for Ravi. This is e4 is a strong move. And with the rook on e8... and then now past d3 pawn. Is he just going to play d3 immediately, perhaps? Or is he going to take on e4? I think both moves are pretty strong. He's probably calculating which one is better. Because after d3, that pawn stays on d3 for a while and activates the bishop on g7. Although, this is kind of scary. But maybe he has gone d3. But maybe, hopefully, Ravi can play something like Queen d1 and Bishop e3 and maybe complicate things himself. Can he potentially do something like that and try and get something out of the position? Queen d1 probably looks like the right square for the queen. Where are we going to say? And we have Mickey Adams. And after consideration, we didn't make the team tonight. Yeah, James Coleman, our assistant manager, thought that Mickey wasn't good enough for the team tonight. So yeah, Yang Fan, we picked you playing on your phone over Mickey Adams playing. How does that make you feel? Should be honoured, right? Yeah, no. So what is going on? Avi chose Queen a2 as his square, and Rook takes b4. He is simplifying things, but I guess he's hoping that d3 pawn is going to take him home. And I presume knight takes e4 comes in. What is going on? And the material is equal. And Ravi's hoping in the last few seconds he can liquidate and hopefully change the position. But after takes on b2, I guess Rook takes b2, so c4 doesn't drop, it comes. But what is happening? Or maybe if you go Rook takes b2, then suddenly that pawn could come home quickly. So it might not like that either. What is happening? I'm not sure I like that move. What is happening? And Ravi is taking a long time to decide which way to capture. And if we remember last game's accident, he was like crushing Ina after, you know, the whole game, but suddenly he got disconnected. And you see, after a long time, he has considered to play Queen takes b2 and give up the c pawn, because Rook takes b2 did not look pleasant with d2 coming and then d1 being undefended. So now he's given up that c pawn in the hope that the knight can just blockade on d1 and he can actually kind of get some compensation for the pawn. Hopefully that pawn could be picked off. So he's gone Queen d4, hoping that d3 pawn will go. But knight d2. Now the Rook's attacked and knight's coming into f3. That is just a blunder by Ravi. So not Queen takes d3 and knight takes b1. Queen takes b1 is coming, and he's just an exchange down. He's hoping to play Queen e4 and simplify things. It's 20 seconds apiece. It's all about mouse movement now. Who can move the pieces quicker? Can Andre just convert this position? And he's already threatening Rook c1, which is basically almost checkmate. And Ravi's gone Queen b2, trying to defend his background. This is intense. Can Ravi do anything about it? Didn't Queen d1 win a pawn? I don't know. This is what I was saying, Yang Fan. I thought the Queen might go to d1. I have no idea what's going on now. Hopefully, oh, they're repeating again. Oh, look at that. Andre was just repeating to toy with him, giving that false sense of hope. But actually, look at this nice maneuver. He's hoping for King G1 and Queen C1. He just wants to trade the pieces off. And like Ravi is coming up with some... Oh, he's hoping for some... Oh, this knight's coming to H6. Where's that knight going now? That's a very strange move, knight H6. What is going on? Is that just a blunder? What is going on? This is just blunder central. That was a whole Rook down. I think this is game over. I think this is too much to ask. Rook E2, and then Queen. Queen. No, Queen can't come to C2. This is actually... So he's hoping for some checks, is he? Maybe Andre will freak out, and he has sort of semi-freaked out. What is going on? Unfortunately, he probably isn't got enough. Can he flag him? Are we going to do some dirty chess tactics back to them? Dirty flagging tactics? I don't know about that. But this is some rapid chess, and Ravi is doing as best he can to try and do something, but maybe now. He's fallen for a mate. Why didn't he go? Oh, that's the same thing. Okay, I guess it's mate either way. That was sad. Unfortunately, we lost 3.5-half, but it was a good effort finished by Young. Found that knight got horny. I mean, what is that about? It got horny. Is that why it decided to just go into H6? Okay. Yang Fan thinks a knight got horny. That's why he tried to penetrate a black's position. I guess that's why. Right. Anyway, unfortunately, we are 7.5-half down. So, Yang Fan, not enough time for jokes. You are back on your computer now. Time for some real chess. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and I'm going to come back on air with my co-commentator James, and my assistant manager, and hopefully we're going to redeem ourselves in the second half. So I'm going to go fill up on coffee and try and hope that our players do some work in the second half and redeem ourselves. No blunders. Right. Okay. Good luck, and I will see you guys after the break. Thanks for joining in. So which game are we going to first, James?
Okay, well, the George Meyer game, or is it Georg Meyer? It looks like it's...
Georg Meyer.
Georg Meyer, or George Meyer. It looks like it's nearly finishing. Or
What?
It's well underway.
Hang on a minute, I'm not even on that game yet.
So...
In fact, I'm not even on any of the games.
I mean, it's in an ending, but it's not...
I can see Ravi's game, and let me go back. So, mediocre but creative.
Yeah, George is playing Dan. But it's not looking too great for Dan, I don't think.
Oh God, what happened here? Did he play B5 on the first move? It looks like he did. Let's have a look.
Oh, actually, yeah, he played his Polish.
Yeah, I knew he did. Look at me like with that.
It's Keith's favourite.
It's not like this though.
Well, yeah.
Hang on a minute, why did you just give up a pawn? Did he just give up a pawn for no reason? I'm looking at it now. Move 9? He just played bishop d6 for no reason.
I haven't actually looked at how the game...
Flick through, go to move 9 and ask what is that about.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I don't know. Maybe he's... I don't know. I mean, the game's nearly finished, though. So, I mean, let's go to the actual game position because it doesn't look like he's got long left to run. I mean, the moves are coming thick and fast.
But I mean, also, like this is exchange sacrifices are kind of like well, it's not an exchange sacrifice actually. He just blunders 2 pieces for the rook actually. So this is just a bad game by Dan.
Well, it's just over. This is finished. He can resign this.
No, but what is going on? This rook's on a6. Like this is the most. This is an and then look at his rook is just trapped.
Okay, but it's just a piece down now.
There's a whole piece down with 2 passed pawns, and
yeah.
I mean, this has been the worst game of chess I've seen by Dan. Like he's playing.
I think you could take the words from Dan off the end of that sentence.
I mean, okay, it's a bit harsh, but
it wasn't a great.
Is it better or worse than Yang Fan's Queen blunder?
Probably worse because that was just a 1 move oversight, and this didn't seem. I don't know. Maybe it's hard to say. Different kind of thing. Let's move to another game because the last thing we want to do when we're 7.5 half down is to look at a game where we're getting crushed out of sight.
All right, let's go to Play Dead and something that looks like Zugzwang but isn't.
Okay.
I'm just going to munch on my yogurt.
Okay,
while you take a look at the position.
This looks like a Rocky Bind from the Accelerated Dragon.
And
interesting
I just want to say to Josh Filipovich, I'm not on cocaine, just FYI. I don't know why. My nose is itching like crazy. And that's why it's all red. I'm not on cocaine, I'm just pumped up because I'm me.
Well, I think that was a compliment, wasn't it? I mean, you like to get pumped up and, you know...
I felt like I was like commentating on the horse racing, you know, like right at the end when Ravi and they were like going so quickly and I was like, oh my God, like, you know, I felt like I was doing that. Maybe I'm just an alcohol withdrawal. Maybe that's what it is.
Probably
I probably should just do the next week's stream drunk because I'm allowed to drink. It is the 1st of February.
It's February.
So maybe next week I should just be wasted. Maybe every time our team blunders, I should just do a shot.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
I might not be alive by the end of the stream though, will I? Because I mean,
that's true,
if they play like this way, so you know, should probably be a bit careful. But okay, right, let's commentate on the chess while I finish my yogurt and I can have a break. Go, James.
So, okay, I mean, this is a very interesting game. I mean, it looks like White is doing quite nicely here. I mean, what's going on? He's managed to open up his own king side and the opponent's king side as well. What happens if he just plays Bishop takes G5?
Yeah. Knight E5 again? Well, Knight E5?
Sure.
But then what if he just shifts a bunch of major pieces to the H file?
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Doesn't really seem like Black could be too happy here. I'm just curious what his idea is. maybe there is no idea. Maybe he shouldn't have actually allowed this this F4 to F5. I'm not too familiar with these positions though, so I'm not sure where.
What
black
positions
is
are you familiar with, James?
Nothing as interesting as this. This
Okay.
is far too interesting. So something a little bit more sedate, exchange Slav or something would be fine. But
Sounds thrilling.
this is a little bit too exciting. I don't know. It seemed like black played some strange moves, and I don't know. I'd be seriously thinking about just playing bishop takes G5 and then just trying to attack the black king. It seems black's king is a lot weaker than white's king potentially, but I don't know.
But James has gone into a massive thing again. Like, does he just crave time trouble? I mean, to be fair, I am one to talk.
Sure.
I think at the 4 in Seattle on the weekend, I managed to get an hour and a half down on time. Is that even possible? That is almost impossible. But yeah, I was down to my 30 seconds move by move 20. So
that's definitely impressive.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not really one to talk, but James seems to love getting in time trouble. Do you think he gets really pumped up?
Maybe he's on cocaine.
Maybe he's on cocaine. Maybe.
I don't know. Okay, I mean, I think it's, to be honest, let's
maybe they should be on cocaine. Maybe if our whole team was on cocaine, we wouldn't be losing this badly. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just need to provide Charlie for the whole team.
Exactly.
Know any dealers?
Dana's lost.
Already?
Yeah, but that was always expected. Let's move on because I think this James Adair game is going to take a while because we've got James's infamous time management to factor in. We should probably go to his game last because they're not going to. He's guaranteed to play a long game. So maybe let's have a look at Yang Fan playing from his phone. That actually looks a lot more interesting.
No, I think he's back at home now. Whoa, what is going on? So this is weird. Like, Ina should be the weak link. It should all be her technically on paper. But you know, as we saw from the first match as well, we didn't convincingly beat all of the Abuja rock stars. And she's obviously, as I said, she's not to be underestimated because she's got a lot of experience. So what is going on here? This looks like a mess.
It looks like a complete mess. And
It's
if
like
I thought
every piece. How many pieces on pre are there? Like, can you actually count? I actually can't.
Well,
There's like a million pieces on pre.
It looks like it's even material, but both sides got something on pre.
So what if he just takes on E7 now?
Yeah, this is the obvious move.
Is that not an exchange or more?
He's taken on D4 first, which makes sense as well. This must be just winning for white. This looks very good.
Okay, so I guess if you take on D4, you have to take on F6 with
she had to play.
No, what? She took on D4, then take on E7.
Okay, so what's the idea here? She could take back with the rook, and then she's now queen for rook down.
So what? Okay, let's go back 1 second. After rook takes D4, I presume she had to play G takes F6.
Yeah, what was the idea? Maybe she's worried about something like Queen D2.
I can't seem to move the pieces now. They won't let me move them. Oh, that's annoying. So, great. So what was she worried about, sorry?
I don't know. Can white get the queen round to H6 somewhere and threaten sort of Queen G7 and knight takes F6? But still, I think it was just lost. It's just lost for black from this stage anyway.
I mean, I feel like taking on... I mean, that was kind of defeatist, no?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Well, I mean...
Maybe she's thinking two bishops, 2 rooks. Maybe she can go bishop B5 or something now he's castled.
Yeah. I mean, let's not forget that Yang Fan can blunder queens, so we can't chalk this one up just yet, but it does seem like it should be very, very good. Yeah,
that's true. He does like to blunder queens. We'll see.
Yeah, okay.
maybe something like this will happen. He'll go F5 and he'll go F3. So we can blunder his queen.
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe that's what will happen. And then he just won't notice that the bishop's on A7. He'll think it's a big pawn.
Exactly.
I predict that will happen. It better not happen.
There's no compensation here for...
Yeah, this is finally should be a simple win. She's played c5. She's blocked up any chance of him. She didn't know that the Yang Fan likes to blunder a queen. She should have left that cheapo on.
Yeah, she didn't know. Didn't know. Okay, I think that one is just.
Okay, so let's look at Ravi.
Yeah, let's look at Ravi. Yeah. This one is.
Oh, they've just traded queens.
Okay, so it's a London system,
Boo.
and right, this one.
That's kind of
again,
dull.
not a
It
huge
looks
map.
dull, but it looks like it's marginally better for white. But maybe you can go bishop h6 and try and do something and get some play down there. And maybe it's not so easy actually because you can play like b4 and try and break up the queenside pawns maybe with some sort of minority attack.
Okay.
But I don't like the fact that d6 is so weak.
Yeah, black's also got maybe knight b6 to c4 in some positions as well. And yeah, as you said, b5 to b4 could be an idea. Black should probably be pretty fine here.
So I've been accused that apparently the FBI is going to break into London Lion headquarters looking for the cocaine. Thing is, FBI don't really have any jurisdiction here, so I'm more worried about MI6 coming in and breaking in headquarters, to be honest. But yeah, considering I used to live right next to MI6, I know I've actually stalked them for a while and checked the way they stalk people. So I know how they search and I know where to stash the coke without
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the key point. So okay, yeah, black's gone b5. I think Ravi's doing fine here. So maybe this is the round where I wouldn't say start the resurgence in the match because we've already lost the match, but
oh yeah, we've already lost the match. Oh, it's 8.5.
Yeah, no, we lost the match. That one's
oh wow, so we're just playing for lols.
Yeah, playing for lols. Yeah.
Okay. So right now, Yang Fan's having mega lols in his game.
Yeah.
This one is not so lols, but it's getting there. It's all right. It's not so bad. So let's look at play dead. He seems to be playing dead, but the fact that he's not
quite
moving.
Interesting, that one. It was interesting anyway, but black's actually managed to whip up quite a bit of activity. Both sides have got both sides have got some quite weak kings, but it still looks like white should be doing okay. What's going on here?
Ooh, what is going on here? This looks awesome. I mean, from an initial perspective, this looks really cool. It just looks like all of his pieces are on free.
Taken on g4.
Fine.
Knight takes g4, presume will be the reply.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got nothing, and...
So I presume, black will have maybe bishop e5 ideas potentially.
Yeah,
so.
but he's probably still can't even follow that up. But he's not even material down. He also can play f6 ideas as well to nullify any of that stuff. Followed by knight e7 and maybe...
Yeah, no, he's played f6. I think he has to...
Maybe he can do some really sneaky idea with knight e7 check followed by rook f2 and then and then takes and then queen h2 mate. It doesn't quite work, but I'm fantasizing here. But I can just see some sort of thematic plan happening with a knight e7 followed by what is that mate called? Isn't that
Anastasia's mate?
I was gonna say, is it Anastasia's mate?
Arabian mate maybe. I don't know.
Because it's a knight.
I don't know. I know what you mean. I'm not sure.
Isn't it one of the ones in How to Beat Your Dad at Chess?
How to Beat Your Dad at Chess. I think it's chapter 2 or something. I think I only got to chapter 1.
I just read the cover.
Issue, though, again, is James's time. It's down to 2 minutes 50 seconds in such a complicated position.
No.
He's playing f6, but how does black actually cope with?
So I guess bishop h6 maybe to defend g5. Do you want to protect that guy?
Yeah, but it just looks a very, very ropey position. There might be. Maybe there's ideas of playing something
You could just play knight e7 followed by rook to d1.
Well, I was thinking knight e7 and queen d1 as well, forking the rook and the knight. But of course, black's always got knight
takes e3. Yeah.
Against that. But yeah, knight to e7 check and rook to d1 certainly seems sensible.
Yeah, but again, knight takes e3 is happening. You don't want that to happen.
No, that's true.
So maybe knight. Oh, okay, so he's gone there first. I guess you could do it any time. Also, you can play bishop c5, I thought was an option as well.
Yeah.
So now it's just but it's still not even threatening. It takes knight takes 97 because of knight takes e3.
Yeah.
It's not so clear.
It's also not clear to know what move black can do here. What does black actually play?
I don't know.
No, it's tricky. There might be ideas of queen g3 in certain positions, and
yes, I mean, like,
it's complicated.
Oh, hang on a minute. What is going on? Masood GM1, apparently he made a mouse slip. Oh my god.
Oh, right.
He made a mouse slip. Apparently. We won a game! Woo!
Okay,
We won a game, not by skill, but... Okay, let's have a look. Let's go back. Let's see actually what happened.
Okay, that was ridiculous, to be honest. But I think black was doing okay, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say. Let's have a look. So bishop f4, d5, bishop d2... Ah, he went to go rook e5. But okay, this is interesting because he's going b4 with this pawn break, right? And actually, then suddenly white's pawns on that side of the board are weak, right? And so it's not so clear at all.
I think black was doing okay. Maybe no more than okay, but
yeah, but it's kind of nice that we won a game.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Although I'm not impressed with Ravi's reaction going, ha 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 ha, you made a nice slip. A bit distasteful, Ravi. But he's saying that it's karma for the first game, making up for it, because he did disconnect for nothing.
Yeah, sure.
Although this one he probably deserved a draw anyway, right? At least. So, I don't know, maybe just a draw. Maybe it probably would have been a draw. But, you know, the first one, he should have definitely at least got a draw. So it was at least karma for the first game. He as well.
I mean, it's internet chess. These things happen when you make mouse slips. And, okay, it's unfortunate it happens in such a, an important game. But, you got to, 15-minute game, you've got to control your mouse. Or, I mean, that's...
But, okay, it wasn't as critical as, what was it, the Agderstein one earlier today.
Yeah, that was
That's insane. 7.5 apiece, and he just mouse slips his queen.
Yeah, that was just crazy. Absolutely ridiculous. And it looks like Yang Fan is well on the way to converting his queen advantage, or queen for rook advantage. So
yeah, but he's still got time to give up to blunder his queen. It's Yang Fan. Come on.
No, but I think the position's very very simplified.
Let me have a look.
It looks like that one is going to be another win. So
that's nice. Okay, that's good. So it's all down to James Adair with his 1 minute on the clock in this insanely complicated position. Yeah,
this is going to be very interesting.
I think this is just going to be like a raffle, like what is this position? Like he's just going to make moves and just hope something happens.
I think so. The time disadvantage though is he's got to start being a factor. I mean, he's not. Black survived the mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, now it's not even clear that he's got much of an advantage.
Well, is he not just losing? I mean, he's a piece down. So
yeah, why didn't he play? Oh no, he couldn't play that. I guess.
I mean, he's just a piece for pawn down. I don't see how he's.
So what happened?
I don't see how he's surviving at all.
Let's go back. What happened? Did he fall for some? So we left it at which point? Oh, bishop takes g4. Takes g4, and then he went f6, bishop h6, rook a d1, king h7.
Yep.
And then he went queen g3. Did he just Oh, he's already a piece down.
He was piece down for the attack at that point. Yeah, his attack just peters out, and.
So the guy went queen b8, and I guess he's messed up because. There's an H2, mate.
Yeah, and he's finished now. He's resigned now, so.
Gutted. So is James on 0 out of 3?
Pardon?
Is James on 0 out of 3?
Well, he would be, I suppose, yeah. We've got...
Dan drew with Ina was at only point before this, half point, and then...
yeah.
And then now Ravi won because of a mouse slip.
Yeah, and Yang Fan and Yang. So
Yang Fan won. Oh, so we won 2 games.
Well, we haven't.
Well, Yang Fan's won.
Yang Fan's finished. Yang Fan's finished now. Yeah. Okay. So, well, that's good because it means the final round probably going to be starting anytime now. So
we got two. So just as usual, every week we kind of like, you know, we're not doing great, and then we suddenly like get better.
yeah,
You know, I suggested that we should have 10 round matches instead, and then maybe we'll win.
I know we could afford to concede a bit of a lead there, but so what's the score? The overall score now 2.5, 9.5, 2.5. Is that right? No,
Yeah. No, that's right.
yeah, 9.5, 2.5. Yeah,
That's bad.
that is pretty bad. I mean, I think the aim for the final round would be to get at
2.
least 1.5, so we don't get trounced as bad as we did last week. So at least we get to 4 points.
Ironically, like if we get 11, 4, or 11, 5, no, what? If they get 11, right?
We get 5.
Yeah. You know, that would be like not as bad. Like, you know, surprisingly not as bad. But okay, we're not going to win 2.5 half. One. We're not going to win. Sorry, one. You know, we're not going to get 1.5. Is what I'm saying.
Well, we need to get 2.5.
Yeah, so we're not going to win 2.5 half. 1.5. Sorry.
No.
Okay, so we've also got Ravi playing George Meyer. So, and George is just too good. So, what are the other pairings we've got?
We've got Dan against
Agrest. The mouse slip guy, Daddy Agrest.
We've got Andre Diamant, who hasn't moved yet, again against Yang Fan. So
this is a bit weird. Of Dan's playing like mainline theory against the guy's A6 Slav. What's going on? Where's his B pawn? Why is his B pawn on like B2? This was my position on the weekend. I had this exact position.
I do not know. Really,
so now I didn't go bishop G4. I think I went bishop F5. Okay, Yang Fan's opponent has just made a move. Okay.
Okay.
And then we have. That means we have play dead against Ina. So hopefully that one should be a win. I mean, it's our strongest player against their weakest player. So that's the one we should be winning. But James is having a bad day and is on 0 out of 4 right now. So.
And Zugazuando has offered a draw already.
Oh, so don't be pathetic. Say no.
Yeah. It's Diamant is and Yang Fan has declined the draw.
Good.
So hopefully Diamant has to go somewhere and maybe can't continue or whatever, but he is continuing. He decided that he wants Yang Fan. So kudos to Yang Fan for playing on with black, you know. Nothing to really play for match-wise.
He just said after that match, he was like, have we really lost already? And I was like, yeah, unfortunately, guys, we've lost by a lot.
No, it's all comes down to your game, mate. The match is still right in the balance.
Okay, so I can't seem to view any more games, so I can't get play dead up against
just follow the names?
Yeah, but it won't let me. I've already followed the names, but his game hasn't popped up.
Okay, but you should be able to get them in the live.
Yeah, but it won't let me click on it.
Okay. I see.
I don't know. It just won't let me click on it. It's just like when I click view, it's just not doing anything. So I can't watch their game yet. Maybe it will reset soon.
All the games have started. Just let's concentrate on whatever game you can watch.
Yeah, I can see all the rest of them. So I was like, pick one that looks interesting.
Okay. Let's not go to Dan's game because that looks quite
theoretical, boring.
Quite and boring. Yeah. Yang Fan's game looks incredibly boring. It's a bishop b5 check Sicilian, but could spring to life later. I mean, the most interesting one is the play dead one. But maybe
great.
Let's have a look at George Meyer's game, maybe, because that's obviously one game where we're not expecting to win, but it could be quite interesting.
Yeah, but Ravi's Ravi as well. You see him beat up like he's beating Gawain with black as well.
Yeah,
like in real, like in there was a political thing a couple of years ago, whatever. So he's a useful player. He can like just destroy good players. So you never know. Like, and this is a quick game. Anything can happen. So let's check it out.
Yeah, definitely. So it's another kind of a Retty type position. He's obviously trying to outplay Meyer on experience, but it looks like he's got a decent position. But
so, hang on a minute. I'm just trying to find them a different way. So it's Play Dead versus Ina Agres, right? That's who I'm looking for. So keep going while you're talking about it. I'm not going to look for them.
Okay, I mean, it's still early days. Ravi's, which game have you actually got on your screen at the moment?
Ravi.
You got Ravi's game on the screen. So, yeah, I mean, actually looking at it again a bit more though, it looks like Black is probably comfortably equalising. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about the position other than it's going to be some manoeuvring, but it looks like Maya's actually probably pretty fine. Not sure that this was played in the most accurate way. White went queen e1 very early, but yeah, I think I don't think White has anything here. Quite an interesting move now, queen e3, being played by Ravi. And of course, Black doesn't really want to attack that queen with something like d5 to d4. That would be just as I said that he does play d5 to d4. Okay, well, clearly they don't understand this position too well, or George Meyer doesn't, and I think I know which way I'd bet.
Wow.
So yeah, well, okay. So Ravi gets c4 for his knight, but maybe it doesn't really mean much. Queen will drop back to.
Oh, sorry, found it.
And
yeah, I just found Ina's versus James's, so I just got a bit excited.
Okay.
But okay.
Yeah, I think the Ravi game is going to be going for a while anyway. So
why is this the most exciting one? Is it Bishop G? Oh, it's a Bishop G5 Najdorf, and we have so many fans of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not really particularly exciting, but it's just that the others were all so not exciting.
It was quite a thematic opening during the London Chess Classic, though, was it not?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, this is quite a game that Caruana lost, or Nakamura lost to Caruana.
Yeah, Caruana played this, had this, queen sack, right? And all these pieces were coming. And then Nakamura beat Maxime the next day.
Right, that's right. But it wasn't this line, it was different line.
Yeah, but then Bishop G5 Najdorf was played in the other line, so in the other games. So
yeah, no, it was Bishop G5, it was a poison pawn, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, all right, well, you're a tactical master. Why don't you let us know what's going on here?
Am I now? I mean, there's no tactics going on here, so why
well, okay, it's an unbalanced position, yeah,
okay,
which
fine.
Obviously, what do you think? It looks like James has got a pretty nice position, though. I mean,
yeah, I think it's one of these positions where, I guess, player with the most experience is probably going to feel the most comfortable with it, because, I mean, obviously, Black can play for a queenside attack and stuff like this going on down here, but Black, unexperienced people will probably be quite scared as Black to play face against e5 and then maybe some sort of attack on the king side. But I think in reality, Black's just got a really comfortable position here. And
it's sort of like a dragon and a Najdorf hybrid, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a Dragendorf.
Dragendorf, yeah, exactly.
Which is what Simon Williams loves to play. Yeah.
So White's played e5, which is obviously the most...
Like I was saying, the most thematic move here. And again, you see how, as I said, people with experience will understand this, and he's just immediately responded with b4. So it's most people who don't know this position or not, don't understand the plans will sit there and think e5, got to calculate that a lot. And he's just ripped out b4 and instantly doesn't even consider it. And plays after he takes f6 just when he takes f6.
And this must presumably be theory, because otherwise James would be in time trouble by now.
Oh, exactly. I was going to say what's going on.
Yeah.
So one of our lions just come on asking what was the score. What was it say?
Well, okay. Did he not know the score?
No. What is the score? We're currently at 9.5, 2.5.
Yeah, that sounds correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So I wouldn't really say all to play for, but still, it'd be nice to finish.
I said we're currently losing 9.5, 2.5, so we're doing really well.
Exactly. It'd be nice to finish a bit better than we started. So, this game's quite interesting.
So hang on a minute. We've so after the first week, do you know that all the players were talking about winning the 20k, And they were like,
Sure.
oh my god, so what are we going to do if we win that 20k? Like, how are we going to split it? Who's going to get more money? Blah, blah. They were like, they were like working out how to spend the money. And like,
Right.
we just beaten the team with like the highest rated players at 2200 or something. So
Yeah.
it was like, and not even that convincingly. So
Yeah.
I kind of got a bit carried away. And then suddenly, like last week, we were playing the Towers, who I expected it to be a very tense, close match against. And we got hammered. Utterly hammered. Like, what is going on? And now again, we're getting battered. So what do you think is going on? Are we just arrogant, overconfident, or unlucky? What is going on?
I think certainly last week the Towers were 4 very good players, and I think our players were maybe a little bit off their best. And today, I'm not sure that our players have maybe played that badly on the whole, but 3 very strong opponents plus a low-rated person that hasn't played badly by any means. So, yeah, I think last 2 weeks have kind of probably been a good reality check. Certainly, if they're thinking about spending the prize money, but
I mean, like, if you look about who our future opponents are going as well, so like, how are we like going to face the next few teams as well coming up? So we've got 3 more matches after this, and won't have any more after that because we're going to be knocked out. So we'll have the Budapest Gambit, and who have they got?
The Budapest Gambits, I think, already played, didn't they? They're in the other division. They're in the.
No, but we've got to play them.
No, but they already played today. They've finished their.
Yeah, but I'm
today.
saying for the next future weeks, we've got to play Budapest Gambit, the
Right,
Las
then the Las
Vegas
Vegas.
Desert Rats,
Yeah.
who have got like Goreyev and Troff, who are obviously 2 insanely strong American GMs. Well, Goreyev's not technically American, but he plays America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And sorry, I'm just looking at what's going on. Reykjavik Puffins, who we should beat again, but so we've got to step up our game if we want to try and get any more points.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to get one more win out of the final.
Yeah, at least,
a bit negative just hoping for one more win, but obviously 3 still pretty strong teams, and none of them are a pushover. The first week's game was always going to be the one that we really had to win, but of the remaining games, if we could certainly get one more match win, it would be nice, because lose 5 trot.
I was just going to say, what is going on now in this Ina versus Playdead? Because, as I say, suddenly, like, it looked like she had a really good position, but then I realised that actually 2 of her pieces are on pre. So she's got the bishop on g5 on pre and the knight on c3 on pre. So she's gone bishop takes g6, which makes sense, because now actually if h takes g6, queen h3...
I was thinking rook h3.
Oh,
rook
yeah.
E,
There's no rook on h. There's no rook can go to h3. What?
Pardon?
Where are you?
What are you talking about?
In Ina versus Playdead, have I got the different position up?
After after bishop takes g6, h takes g6, I was thinking white would play rook e3 and...
Oh, because rook h3. Yeah, exactly. Something's going on the N and the h file, and it's a horrible mess. So
he's taken on g5. I mean, taking the bishop on g6 was far too dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. So she's played this complication, but she still leaves 2 pieces on pre, though.
Yeah.
So this is a complicated move she's come out with, but she's a piece down and still got 2 pieces on pre. So what is she going to do? Because presumably she'd want to move the knight now. She's gone queen h3, obviously threatening mate. So I guess h6 or knight. No, h6 I presume is the right move here.
Yeah.
But then f takes g5.
Or rook e7 as well, threatening the knight on d7.
Wow, so this is messy again. But what other choices has she got?
Black has threats as well.
So she hasn't got time to have these threats right now. So I guess maybe knight f6 is the idea, but then again takes on g5. But maybe you could take on c3 and then take on f6 with a bishop and defend it with the queen.
Yeah, it's complicated. I'm not totally sure what's going on here.
Oh, so he went h6 instead.
He's played h6. So okay, so for rook e7, maybe he can just take on c3, but b takes c3, allow her to play rook takes d7, and just not worry about it. He's still going to be a piece up. Just take on b2.
Maybe you could even go queen a5 in some positions and just actually mate. So, but what was happening after
would be sufficient.
What's that?
It feels like White's attack shouldn't be sufficient, but it's obviously easy to say
yeah,
that.
but earlier we were looking at that attack against Dan, and she had a mate, right? So, you know,
Yeah, but it was very, very tough.
yeah, but she came from having like a position which looked horrible, and everyone like thought it was just, and then suddenly she was actually, she got a draw out of it. So this is
she played some very nice moves in that game actually to keep the attack with the Queen kind of bubbling over. Quite, certainly didn't play like I wouldn't say weak player, because obviously not a weak player, but she played like a good player. So
someone's just said surely Adair's just winning, but he said just winning. I don't know if it's that easy. It's just I don't think it's that easy at all. I wouldn't say it's just winning.
Yeah, I mean, I guess objectively, he probably is, but you never know in a practical game. It does look like he should be.
But also after rook e7, they take on c3, you could just leave that pawn, because if you take on b2, you go king b1, then actually blockades the attack. So it's not necessarily that strong to do that.
Yeah, but black's going to be a lot of material up, so...
Knight
so she's got 94, which probably makes more sense.
So now what?
And if he plays...
Well, maybe you can play some sort of bishop in the minute. You can go bishop takes b2 with some sacrifices coming on, because the bishop takes e4, then... Oh, wait, actually, no, the queen's covering c3. I was hoping for some...
problem.
But maybe just rook c8.
Rook c8, yeah, maybe this is the idea.
I'm trying to be too clever, but actually just be simple chess, and it's probably just quite strong.
Then she can play knight takes g5.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
Not sure.
What is going on there?
But James does have a nice 5-minute time advantage.
I was going to say, that's unusual.
And such a complicated position as well. I mean, he'll run his time down in the most simple positions, and then in the most complex ones.
It's all, you say that now, but I reckon he'll have a 4-minute think now.
Okay, well, maybe, you're probably right. Maybe let's move on to a different game, perhaps. If there's anything worth looking at.
Apparently Ravi's 9 minutes down on time. That can't be right.
That is right, actually. George Meyer is absolutely just murking, I think is the word they use.
Murking?
On the clock.
I thought you were going to come up with some whole other word there.
No.
Positional-wise, though.
Well, this is not that Ravi has done what I actually said that he should do, or he would do, back on move 12. He's planted his knight on this nice c4 square, and this d5 to d4 move that Black played earlier was quite committal. However, the flip side of that is obviously White's bishop on b2 has been shut completely out of the game, so it's pretty likely that Black is doing well.
Yeah, and now c2's under a bit of pressure, and if that drops, obviously the whole position drops. And is he really going to have to play rook f2 and just stay really lamely defended, or maybe knight b a3 or something? Yeah, which is gone now. So it's he has to sit there. But although the rook on a2 is also looking a bit weird as well.
Yeah,
so it's
he plays rook a1 or something.
Well, I think Ravi's just going to play on the king side for a little bit and hope those moves run out. But
I'm not actually that convinced by Black's play here.
It's weird, right?
White just goes h5?
Yeah, and just trades. That's what I'm saying. Play on the king side for a little bit. What can Black do on the other side of the board? It's a bit weird, right?
It is. I didn't like this d5 to d4 move that Black played, but okay. Yeah, he's just gone h5.
So trade, and then I
mean, can you even get cheeky and answer take on h5 with some king f5 and just invade? Probably is a bit.
I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably just go king takes h. He's thinking about it. Look.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done it! That is ballsy. That is ballsy.
King f5.
Wow! King e6, and suddenly he's trying to win.
This is the thing.
Oh my God, Ravi! He's the cub of our team too. Look at this. I told you, don't write him off.
But okay,
that is confidence there.
So presumably, okay, he's now played rook f2 because you might as well.
Or he wants to move the knight on, but he shouldn't move the knight on a3 because then the rook can activate and go around the back. So he doesn't want that.
Yeah, I don't see that he can move the knight.
Maybe he's just trying to zug him.
He's probably just
trying to zug him, right?
To see what will Black do, and I mean the rook on f2 is obviously it's still a decent waiting
Black
move.
can play like knight c6 and bring the knight back as well, because obviously that knight's not particularly doing anything, just keeping pressure on. So if he goes rook knight c6, he activates that piece too.
Yeah, I mean, he's king e6. This is the move that I was slightly worried about. Now, how does White actually do anything? He's gone rook to g2.
Oh, Yang Fan's won.
Aha, Yang Fan has won, has he? Yeah.
No wonder I just got a message from him going easy.
Yeah, he won that. Yeah.
So what happened?
Turned down the early draw and then destroyed the guy. That's what we like, yeah.
See, that's what happens when he's back on his computer and not playing on his phone.
Exactly.
So Yang Fan, if you actually tried to play on your computer for the whole time, maybe you'd actually won more than one game.
Yep, I think that's a very fair assessment.
So hang on a minute. This is the last round, right? How did he do against Ina?
He lost on time. It was one where the first round where his internet died.
No, that was Ravi.
Oh, sorry, that's Ravi.
I'm forgotten it. So Ravi lost a bishop up against the Daddy Agrest, and then he. Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh no, he won. It was that.
Oh, he won really easily.
It was that one where he was a queen up.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It was so quick. I didn't even remember. Yeah. Oh, so he finished with 2 out of 2. So he finished with 2 out of 2 when he's on his computer, and 0 out of 2 when you're on your phone. Are you kidding me, Yang Fan?
Well, I think it partly had to do with the players that he was playing as well.
No, it's all that is ridiculous. Priorities, Yang Fan.
It is.
That is horrendous. So you get 2 out of 2 on your computer and 0 out of 2 on your phone. I mean, what a joke. Look, he just destroys them. He just actually destroyed him. Look at it. Completely destroyed. Easy.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Yang Fan. Never forgiving you for that. That is bad. He goes, I told you I was playing basketball. Yes, you were playing basketball, but ridiculous. He's trying to be like, he's going to be the next Yao Ming or whatever. So try and find someone else. That is it. He doesn't even deserve a place for the team.
No, I don't think so.
So ungrateful. So ungrateful. Not impressive, even though you did finish on 2 out of 2. But what's happening with mediocre but creative? Is he being creative or is it just being mediocre?
He's trying to get a draw, and he's probably holding, but he's.
So he is being creative.
No, it's not remotely creative, but it's he's defending. He's rook knight. He's rook bishop and 2. And
I can see. Yeah, I mean it's not so bad, is it?
No, he's pawned down for a little while, so it's an improvement, I guess. But it's probably not. It's probably not that comfortable though. Still,
you never know. What if the guy decides to play like knight e4 or something?
Well, yeah, exactly.
you gotta hope. So, yeah, okay. So that's not looking. But we are 1-0 up this round.
Yeah,
that
we are 1-0 up.
Seriously promising. And if we go,
that game should be a draw as well. I mean, the Dan's game should. Dan shouldn't lose that.
Right. If we go back to Play Dead versus Ina, because that was the weird one, and now Ina's only got 1 minute 52. This must be unusual territory for James to actually be up on time.
Totally. And James is winning. I mean, he's a piece up, and there isn't really any attack to speak of as such.
Oh yeah. Now the king's on D1 as well. That's
He was like
rook comes to D8 as well, and actually suddenly you might be getting mated. Yeah, she might just be getting mated if she's not careful as well. Because hang on a minute, the G6 bishop's on pre, so maybe if you go, and okay, she's gone bishop E4, but after say rook takes rook D8 or something, whichever rook to D8.
Yeah.
And then even if you take on B7, you take and play the other rook to D8, and suddenly.
Well, then rook E8 check there.
Where's the other pieces? Oh, okay, no, can't do that yet.
But okay, he's a piece-up. You just take on E4 and you just. You just do it that way around.
Yeah, and then do it, yeah.
Okay, that's going to be a win as well.
Okay, that's good. And so we just need Mesut GM to hold against... Well, not hold. If we win, that'd be amazing. What's going on here?
He's got opposition. He's got opposition.
Wow. He's actually going to be a pawn up.
Yeah, I told you this positioning naive move from George Meyer earlier on.
But he is 8 minutes down on time.
I know this is the thing, but
he might offer a cheeky. Well, I was saying he offered a cheeky draw, but he didn't. He won't because he went for the win in the first place.
Yeah, he went for the win. He invaded. He went in. So actually,
and okay, he's not going to trade, but this is okay. But now it's interesting because obviously he's going to go. He's now winning the pawn back, probably. Oh, no, he won't actually. What's going on?
Can he still lose this though? Let's just check that he can definitely not lose this.
There's a way to lose. He allows knight e1 and just blunders the pawn on d3. That's possible, and that's likely in this position. Actually, that's actually going to happen. Look, and then knight e1.
He's got knight g7.
I know, but then knight e1.
Presumably, you can't really lose that position. He's taken on h4.
And then knight e1.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Or knight b4, okay. Same,
okay, whatever. It's losing. Oh no, but you can always go knight f5. You can trade and then come back and win the pawn, if you wanted to, right?
Yeah, king g4.
Yeah, first. I mean, king f3. No, yeah. Or king f3, and then knight c5. And then maybe b4.
Starting to get a little bit worried about this.
But you can always... No, you can't.
How do you actually close this out to a draw? Let's forget about him winning now. He's not going to win this.
No, but can he survive a draw with 26 seconds left?
That's... Okay, what does black actually do now?
So knight f5?
King b5?
Yeah.
And king e2, but then just knight...
c5.
Well, knight c1, but maybe... Oh, yeah, this is a fork as well, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I was trying to get some sort of sack going.
And he's losing time every move, even with the increment. He's not maintaining the time. He's a bit worried that after such a heroic effort here,
he's going to lose.
He might actually end up losing.
Yeah, okay, but he's. I mean, even if he drew, okay, yeah, it's a good result, but okay, he can't even go king d3.
Be a nice way to finish. I mean, it's still not definitely lost, though, is it, by any means?
No.
King c4, yeah, knight d6 check, king c3.
Knight b5, probably. Oh, he's going like this.
Knight 7, king d1.
Oh, maybe this is not so... Oh, okay, hang on. What is going on here? Yeah, this is lost.
It's lost, yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame. Oh, that's a shame. It was a good effort.
It is a good effort. It is a good effort. Yeah, that's gone. That's gone. I presume it's gone.
Wow, just had a ballsy statement from James Adair.
What's that?
I don't know if I should say it on air.
Okay.
But he said, I think deep down my opponent must have enjoyed getting spanked.
Oh, right.
Apparently he goes, well, she did just get giving me pieces, generous lady.
Well, okay.
Wow.
So the only game still going is... Oh, actually, there is no game still going.
Okay, so we won that. We did get 2.5.
Yeah, we did. We got...
So we got 11. They got 11. That's not that bad. 11, we brought it back. As I said, that every time we should have a 10-game match. So we got 0, then we got half, then we got 2, we got 2.5. A couple more rounds, we'd be winning 4-4-4.
That's brilliant.
Hey, stop being so unenthused.
No, it's good. I mean, it's very, very good. Obviously, it's a good comeback. It'd have been nice to start.
And actually, Ravi deserved a draw though, at least as well. We could have just had no losses in the last round. Ravi, that was an amazing effort by Ravi as well. Like, he didn't need to do that. He went for it, which was really cool. So that just shows you the type of attitude we got on our team. Unlike Mr. Diamond, who offers Yang Fan a draw after 3 moves. I mean, what's that about? That's pathetic.
Move 3 in the most boring variation known to man as well. Bishop B5
what is
checks.
that about?
Yeah.
I mean, that's lame. And I said, remember I was telling did you hear remember that guy that he was the one that got deported for feeding his
I know.
beer.
Yeah, but the kid got paid for it, though, didn't he?
Yeah, that was it. So I was thinking maybe that's why he offered him a draw. Maybe his kid was asking for beer and he had to go get him a pint or something.
Yeah, no, it was. I think it wasn't just beer as well. I think beer was like a trial run. I think he was like, because when he got done for it, and I think the neighbours were saying something like, "Oh, yes, he used to give him beer or something." I don't know, but yeah, he was the guy that got into trouble for doing something along those lines. I'm not sure.
No, the neighbours. I went to their place. I stayed at their place. They had like a nice place. I thought the neighbourhood was nice and friendly, but obviously not. Wow, that's cool.
I don't know. I remember it was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? And
yeah, because that's why I was saying that, this team, we basically played Webster, who are, they're winning their league already. Because, George and Ina and Andre all went to Webster University. So this is all, Susan Polgar's little disciples, essentially. And, this is why they're so strong. And that's the thing. They have an insane, they were all part of the team that won, the Pan Am championships or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, collegiate championships. So, these guys are good. And that's the thing. We knew that we were going to be playing up against world-class players. And, we don't have any of our 2,600 Super GMs, so we've done the best that we can do. But, Yang Fan didn't blunder his queen. He won 2 games and he's on his computer. If he stops trying to multitask, that men can't multitask, play basketball and chess at the same time. Which I do have a hybrid for, ironically. So, yeah, basketball, exactly, which I invented. And it's a good game. So, maybe he should start playing basketball.
I think so.
So Yang Fan was doing that. Otherwise he won 2 games. But who would you say is our player of the match then this week? Even though it was kind of miserable, who would you say played the most inspired chess, perhaps?
Tough one, because they all had their moments. Ravi was impressive, coming very close to a draw with Maya, and I think he was better as well earlier in the game. He must have been quite substantially better. Obviously, James had a hard time, but he got a good win in the final round. Dan played some interesting chess. I guess probably Yang Fan was Yang Fan winning his last 2. And
I'm not giving Yang Fan player of the match for playing on his phone for the first 2 games, though. I would say that. If anything, it would go to Ravi for, not playing wet and boring in the last game and actually going for it, against one of the world's top players. I think that was a pretty good effort. So
I think it's I think they all did their part tonight. It's a shame that the match obviously wasn't a bit closer, but on the other hand, it's nice that it was a lot closer than it could potentially be.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that, after losing 4-0 and after last week, demolition on the towers. I think, in some ways I can be pleased with that result. We're out
8.5 half down. It was 7.5 half, and then with a loss where George Meyer just rolled over Dan very quickly.
Yeah, so exactly. So it was 8.5 half.
11-5 anytime. So
yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I think that everyone came back really well, and I think it was a really good effort by the team. We're just playing a really strong team, and what can we do about it? But I guess next we have to see, what Budapest Gambits. Who have they got?
They didn't have anyone that strong, did they? They had.
So they don't have a bunch of Polgars, and they don't have.
No.
What's his name?
They had a couple of GMs. I can't remember the names, but it depends on what team they put out. I think it's certainly a match that we should have good chances in.
That depends who plays.
It depends who plays. Actually, I'm just going to quickly have a look at who they had playing for them this week and see what sort of team they might put out. But I can't actually. Just have a look at the pairings. So this week they had their top board was 25.07. They had 24.40, 24.30, 24.20. So certainly.
So that's basically the same as us. Well, I say that, but that's. There's no difference. The difference is these guys have 26 something on top board. The guys obviously good. So we're going to have issues there. And then I think, like, I don't think the second board was that impressive this week. I mean, Yang Fan had that accident in the first round. Again, like, you know, he was beating him. I think that wasn't so clear. And, you know, that he wasn't that special. And I think that Diamant isn't that special either. So it could have been, you know, had we not had a couple of problems and a bit of you know, bad luck, then I don't think it would have been as bad as either. So I think next week will be a tough week. Hopefully we'll get some players who want to play. And you know, to be fair, Yang Fan, I have to give him kudos for telling that draw in the last game and just completely destroying his opponent. Good work.
Definitely.
But you know, if you play on your computer every week, then get 4 out of 4, isn't it?
Exactly.
But we are thankful that he's not blundering his queen anymore, so we are grateful for that.
That was a good performance. And in the second half, there's a lot of good moments.
Yeah.
Good.
So I guess that's the end of today's broadcast. We'll be back next week, and I'll probably have a few shots lined up for the broadcast to celebrate my my end of dry January.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining, James, and well done, Lions. And hopefully next week we'll be tuning in for a victory.
Excellent. Sounds good.
See you later.
See you all.